Tonight the creeps are taking over.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
All right, Corrosive Radio, we're back on the air. In studio is Dan, and Brett's back tonight. Brett, how you feeling? You were sick last week.
Really good. Last week was deadly. I had the shits,
Oh, okay. Well,
So
please
I
go
a
into
lot of
detail.
I know.
I'd like to know more. Can
You
you
were better off
describe
that I
it?
stayed home.
Okay.
All right, so tonight on the show we got Ali Spagnola.
Cool.
Do you guys know who that is?
Well, I've heard a little bit of you discussing it. She's apparently has some sort of like a drinking game, or
She invented the Drinking Power Hour concert. It's 61-minute songs where you're supposed to take a shot of beer. Now, first I thought it was hard liquor, and then I just found out today
you were
that
doing one. Wow,
yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, wow, this girl's bold.
She's killing your audience. If that's the case,
like beer pong?
It's like I guess like a musical version where you sort of follow along to the songs, and after every minute song, you take a shot of beer.
Yeah, it's
So
a lot less.
like that.
It's a lot less thought than beer pong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it's more passive. You don't have to, sink it. I never even really understood beer pong that much because the point to me seems to get like
You want to drink.
You want to drink. So
Right.
then it's like I never quite understood why it is that you have to like make the other person drink by sinking it. I would think that you
Yeah.
get to drink
It
after
doesn't
doing
make any
something.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It
this
seems like it'd be
this
backwards.
country doesn't make any sense when it comes to alcohol. I mean,
Yeah.
we are the only country that I think has drinking games. We're the only country that comes up with excuse after excuse for getting drunk. And I
Right.
stand by what I say. I think we're the only country in the world that has hurricane parties.
Well, we drink when we're happy. We want to
Right.
celebrate, and we drink when we're depressed.
Right.
So-
But do you ever notice that everything becomes an excuse to get drunk just to hide the fact that we're drunks?
Yeah,
I
I know. There always has to be a game. There always has to be a reason, a rationale, some sort of event. But in reality, it should just be its own reason.
I used to do that for eating. I used to eat when I was upset. I would eat, and when I was really happy, hey, we passed the cake.
I did the same thing for crystal meth. Isn't that strange?
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
See,
it's
we
just
all have our
anytime,
problems.
yeah. We have that going on. So, but I mean, then again, people will look at you, Brendan, and just say, "Well, spoken like a true alcoholic." So.
That's right. I mean, I don't need games.
Yeah. Now, is it a disease? Do you have a disease? That's the age-old question. Is this a disease or is this a choice you're making?
This is definitely a choice that probably becomes an addiction.
Okay.
And I refuse to call addiction diseases. Yeah.
You're familiar with that South Park episode where Randy's, online to meet some sort of savior, and he's just like, "Let me through! I have a crippling disease." And it's just like, yeah, it was fantastic. They were making fun of that entire debate in our system as to exactly what constitutes, what is alcoholism? Is it a disease? Is it a choice? Is it an affliction? Are there genetic components? And even if so, you still always have the cure right there at your fingertips, or which is to not drink. It's different from other diseases because the cure is to just not do something.
So, Brendan, could you not drink?
Yeah, I mean, there are days sometimes. It depends on how busy I am.
Well, judging from the number of beers you got in front of you,
I'm not a busy person. I am on unemployment right now. So, but no, I mean, like if I'm at work, I never think about it. And if I'm working through the night, don't ever think about it. And the same goes for cigarettes too. It's the
Really?
It's the downtime.
Really?
It's the downtime that you start thinking about it.
Right.
So you don't
right.
have to have a drink. So then you're probably not an alcoholic.
Is like I said, as long as I'm occupied. But I do drink every day. There's
Look
no
at
doubt
Brett
about it.
enabling. He's an alcoholic, so now you're like, he's probably not an alcoholic.
I'm hoping to hear that he doesn't have to drink, but it sounds like he kind of does.
But what alcoholic says, yeah, I have to.
Here's the thing. I think most of America is alcoholics, and they're just not honest about it. They hide behind games and hurricane parties.
I guess, but that's usually like a college thing. I mean, are there really like 47-year-old guys that? I mean, I know they
doing
use it
hurricane
for
parties. Yeah,
I guess, and they also do sporting events or concerts. But I mean, I don't really see them playing, beer pong too often when you go to like a sort of a sad pub somewhere.
Does the drinking ever get in the way of you doing anything?
Okay, when I was 24, one time I drank so much the night before that I called in sick to work, and I felt like garbage for doing it, and I never did that again.
So it's not interfering with anything. Like,
No.
because
No, he's functional. He's
a
definitely
functioning
functional.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
And then you have
and
the
no
ones that-
DUIs, from what I gather, right?
That's
You
great.
don't have any DUIs, right?
No, I've tried though.
Yeah, I can tell.
Courtesy card.
Exactly. My goodness, though. So Ali basically created a game, and it seems to have
like
caught
an
on by
event.
like wildfire, right? I mean,
an
she's got a
event.
huge following on the internet, huge Twitter following, and tons
Well,
of
it
YouTube
makes
videos.
it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a
what is
smart
this
move.
country? What is this country preoccupied with? Getting rid of its problems.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And they want to have a party with it. They want to have fun with it.
But
So
how
it's
is
like
it-
a
how is
novel
it-
way.
How is it getting rid of your problems? You're gonna like an hour later. You're gonna have the same. Problems
Nah,
and
but
stuff again.
you live for that hour. I mean, like, okay, to put things
The
in
power hour.
to put things in perspective for you, right? When you're in high school, what are the 2 days you live for?
Saturday, Sunday,
When you're working a 9 to 5 job, what are the 2 days you live for?
Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, so if you have problems all your life, doesn't it make sense that you live for that 6 hours a night?
Okay,
You understand what I'm saying?
sure.
But see, you're equating drinking with living.
Yeah.
Well, that's what most people do.
Okay,
Even
well-
they might not express it on that conscious
I mean,
level
there
like
are
that.
other things. I mean, some people, paint or collect stamps. I'm using really dull ones to kind of
But,
highlight drinking.
But some also use it as a social thing where they could sit at the bar and bullshit all night with somebody else who's drinking. So it's kind of a social
Yeah,
thing,
it's a
unless
social.
you're doing it by yourself. You
Yeah.
know, if you're home just watching the game, just
See, but
drinking all the time.
I'm a big fan of actually drinking by myself. I love it. I absolutely love it. I find myself, because for me it's just constant chatter and doubts and insecurities going on upstairs. So then all of a sudden when I drink, it doesn't go away, but it slows down. And it slows down and everything gets calm. I'm actually a very, very good drunk. I'm not violent or belligerent. I'm none of those things. I'm very calm, and I just want to. I'm a drunk the way that other people are high. Like I want to listen to music. I want to, just kind of chill out. I'm just not somebody that's like, yeah, I want to go, pound somebody, or it's just, to me, it's like something that I can do on my own that kind of calms me. So
Well, I used to be belligerent drinking hard alcohol. I did stop
Yeah.
drinking hard alcohol because that would happen to me. Just dark thoughts, violent behavior.
It's not good.
Yeah. So I mean,
I never drank. I've never been drunk.
really,
I've been a little tipsy,
Wow.
but I never got so drunk where I would throw up the next day or.
really,
Or
no,
anything.
I'd never had a hangover in my life. Oddly enough, it's just some kind of like weird physiological thing, and I had a very high tolerance, which I never liked. I never understood that.
But what's always bothered me is that I feel like I've been left out of circles because I didn't drink.
I got news for you: those circles aren't much fun.
Well, yeah. Well, I know there's groups of people that I could have hung out with, like in high
AA?
school. Yeah, right. But I mean, I'm not one of those guys that sit at the bar bullshitting all night.
well,
Right.
I went to an AA meeting one time, and it was they didn't like me because everybody got up and told their story. And, and most of the stories you were like, you did what?
Right.
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 And I'm like,
That's when I raped my daughter.
yeah, exactly. And I got up. I'm like, you know what? I just want to drink less.
Yeah. Well,
wanna
they don't go
stop.
for that less. Yeah, the whole stopping thing is
I
bad.
just want to do 8 steps.
Yeah, I mean that's always a problem with some of these things, is that it becomes sort of like a not a competition. Well, yeah, I guess like a competition at some of these groups, these support groups, because
Well, they're a bunch.
they're
of
going to make
shit.
you. They're going to make you feel like. I remember somebody, a friend of mine, went to Gamblers Anonymous, and he was joking because some kid was there. He was like a 17-year-old who
Rookie.
had done some online. Yeah, he had gone to some online poker thing and lost maybe $1,000 or something.
and he thought he
his
had a
parents
problem.
Made him go, and his parents make him go, and then like the guys are just basically making him feel like, oh, $1,000, my God. Meanwhile, these are guys that have lost houses, human
yeah.
being. They've bet their wives and things. It's
You
just
know,
like, yeah.
you know what's wild about those like NA and AA and stuff? They'll say that you come from a dysfunctional family. They're all over that, and then in the next breath they'll say you have to be responsible for your own actions.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what is it?
It's and here's the other thing that I don't like about AA is that they tell you that you're constantly an alcoholic. And see, they never get you to the point where you're free of it.
Of
that you
course.
could have a drink.
Then they lose all their customers.
See, that bothered me. It's sort of cultic behavior. It sort of replaces one addiction with another.
Right. Because you stop drinking, they start smoking.
Right.
And if they stop smoking, then you gain weight. You go to Overeaters Anonymous.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just you're trading addictions.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
all bullshit.
Right, and then it leads you to fetishes, and you're being,
it
you're
does?
chubby. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, then maybe I'll
of
go.
course. It's always going to go down. It's like everything's a gateway to something else. That's what they've taught us in health.
Gateway.
So I mean, but yeah, I would say that overall, I'm actually someone who's almost I'm just too organized with my drinking. I'll never go out and drink to like excess, but I'll stay in and drink because I'm just so worried about getting arrested. I'm so worried about killing somebody that I just don't.
Well,
have
I
the
thought you
guts
weren't.
to
I
do
through
it.
you weren't violent.
No, but through my car, through vehicle.
Oh, okay,
that
yeah,
kind
through
of
your
stuff.
vehicle,
Yeah. No, actually, yeah, I'm not worried about any of the stuff with. I mean, I've gotten into bar brawls and stuff when I was drunk, but it wasn't because I was drunk. It was, I'm actually a very
Because you're just
guy.
normally that way.
Yeah, no, it was actually because the other people were drunk. It's because, you're around a lot of drunk people. I mean, that's kind of what, that comes from. But I'm all for just staying in, making some food, renting a movie, listening to music, and just getting shit-faced.
Yeah, and here's another reason why I like to drink alone. It's not because of what's that, George
Thorogood
Yeah,
song.
it's not because of the George Thorogood song in it. Like,
Right.
I mean, I don't take any pride in it. But I realized that when I get drunk, I love to fuck with people. Right, and it begins to annoy everybody. So I just said, fuck it, I'm going to stay home.
Yeah, no, that happens. There's tons of those things where you wake up and it just things don't go well. So you don't want that to happen.
I think the reason why I never started drinking because I used to see what it would do to other people because I was a DJ for a long time and I'd play in bars and these people would get so fucked up and they would say things to me that were just absolutely horrendous. Then the next day I'm getting phone calls. Hey man, I'm sorry if I said anything that offended you last night.
Right,
I'm sorry,
right.
man. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, you were pretty fucking offensive.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
should have made it worse. Too. You should have been like, oh, and then when you started punching that infant, that was horrible.
Sorry,
you were
I-
just a monster.
I'm sorry I broke all your shit, man.
Why did you come on my mom's face? That's just what I want to know. Is that why do you have to do that?
Ouch, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Is you got to make him feel really bad because I do think that alcohol provides an excuse for a lot of behaviors that people should just own up to. It's
Right.
just like these guys that kind of get drunk.
Except the blackout. I love blackout because it's totally accountability free.
That's true. But the fact that you got there makes you accountable for that. I mean,
How
unless
long have you
somebody's
blacked
gonna-
out for? I mean,
yeah.
have
What's
you
your
ever-
maximum?
I haven't blacked out since I was a teenager.
When you did black out, how long did you black out for?
I was
7 days.
I was told that it
6
was
nights.
I was no I was told that it was the night. That's all.
Oh, wow.
I woke up and there was brownies smushed into my carpet. That was the worst thing that ever happened when I was a teenager.
That was it.
That was it because I used to throw parties at my house.
So here's the big question. Here's the $1 million question because this comes from genetic research and everything too. I got to know. Your father, is he an alcoholic or no?
He's got a very addictive personality, but he knows how to control it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when he got a DUI, that was it for him.
Okay.
He'll
Good
Wow.
Lord.
Wow.
Brett.
Hey, I thought you didn't drink.
Yeah, right. He's getting down and dirty.
No, when he got a DUI, I think he started to mitigate his drinking. But he used to be the funniest drunk ever.
Really?
Yeah,
he was entertaining Dad.
Well,
It was
Brooks.
He would come like my friend and I would be waiting out in the driveway every Saturday night just waiting for my father, right? Because we knew that he was going to come home and give a performance. So I need come on, what are you guys doing in the driveway? We're not Conan or Ed Sullivan. and then one time we're out there waiting, and see my dad used to drink with the cops.
Sure. Well,
Okay.
you don't
There
even
you
have
go.
to worry. That's
Right.
perfect. You
So-
never have to
No
worry.
firemen?
Right? No. So what the cops would do is they would sandwich him in between 4 other cop cars.
Oh, beautiful.
Right?
Yeah.
But this time he was coming from the opposite town, and the opposite town cops had a problem with our town cops. So everybody, all the 2 towns met in my driveway.
Wow.
And had a giant fight.
Wow.
Oh, no kidding. Jeez. And what was your father doing all this stuff? Exactly. I know these guys.
East Coast, West Coast, right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's fantastic. So they actually would make it. I've always thought about that as an idea too. Is that why don't they have like bumper lanes? Like a drunk lane. Like you can only be
Made out of foam.
Yeah, like you just when you go bumper bowling and it's like you can't go in the gutter. It's just like you kind of just bounce off things. Why don't they have that?
I just don't think that would appeal to the taxpayers. That's what I think.
I just think it'd be great. It's got to be better than having like a 7-year-old run over by a drunk driver. It's got to be like this is like there's like a
Well,
like a
how
little
about
thing
just
they
not,
could do.
everyone's. How about just not drink and drive?
Yeah.
That's working great. Yeah, I could see how that one. They've had that law in the books for a long time, and it doesn't seem to be doing all that much.
How many people do die from drunken drivers every year?
Seems like
I
a
think
ton.
over 50,000.
Yeah, it's
Really?
absurd.
In the United
it really
States.
is.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's
Wow.
way. I
I
mean,
had a friend in high school
out of control.
whose father killed some kid, a 9-year-old, drinking and driving. Yeah,
All right. Well, Allie, we're waiting for you to call in.
So, getting back to Allie.
yeah.
So she goes around to colleges all over the country, and she sets up these events, the kids they participate. Obviously, this is not on school grounds. It's probably at some kind of fraternity, I guess, off campus. Is that what goes on?
Yeah, it's off campus. Sounds like it's off campus.
And is it sponsored by one of the beer companies? Is it,
No,
where
no.
does the money come in?
She raises the money through fans.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
they support her through donations.
Donations, probably Kickstarter projects, things like that.
Sure.
And it seems to work out for her pretty well.
Absolutely.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
if you're
incredible.
able to,
Yeah.
you know what?
But she
Doing what you love.
Yeah, exactly. But she found a niche thing.
Yeah.
That just appeals to everybody, and she has the talent, and she had the talent to make it work.
It's a shame actually that this is like the only thing that kids are interested in. Because like if you went around and say, "Oh, we're going to do a concert. We have some folkie coming in to do a show," and they're going to like, "Yeah, okay, we'll see you later."
Right.
But when it's going to be like a beer fest,
Sure.
sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. What kind of music is she doing? She's doing like what sort of genre?
Well, I played some of it for you before. I mean, it's a mix of everything. Well, specifically the Power Hour song,
Right, yeah.
The Power Hour concert. It's
Yeah, what does it consist
like? It
of?
starts off punk, and
Okay.
there's a little blues in it.
All right.
And there's a little. I mean, one song I might even say is like borderline techno. I guess.
And so basically, it's almost, is it mirroring a person's like descent or ascent in this case into like being drunk? So like it can start off this sad and mellow, and then there's places where you're like ultra amped and angry. Or
At a few points in the Power Hour, it does seem to acknowledge that.
yeah.
That like by this point you should be here.
So, but these are events that go on during this whole, like, the kids are going against each other. Like it's almost like an Olympic kind of thing. I mean, is that what's going on? I don't totally
Brett.
get it.
She does is she holds concerts
Right.
for colleges, and she goes and she performs her songs.
Oh, she performs her
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
I was
She's
like
actually
a
a
big video
musician.
screen.
Oh,
where they're
no.
showing music videos.
Yeah.
and they're playing beer games.
Yeah, I thought that was clear.
Oh,
No,
I
it's just
didn't
it's
get it.
basically she's just going to go do a concert and people drink along with her while she's doing the concert. It's like the songs are all
got
about
it.
drinking. So
I got it.
It's
Oh,
just
now I understand.
that's the thing. And after every minute song, you're supposedly obliged to have a shot of beer, and that's. By the end of her Power Hour, you've had 60 shots of beer, which is, I mean, I can't.
That's a
60
six
ounces
pack.
of beer.
It's
It's 60
perfectly a
ounces of
six
beer,
pack.
Right.
I just wonder, with if something happens to any of these kids, if she would be.
That's one of the questions I'd love to ask her. Yeah, I mean,
It's only a six pack, so I doubt that there's anything going to happen.
Well, no, I mean, if one of them drives home and smashes into somebody, I mean, as a
They
bartender,
sue everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, as a bartender, I can actually get sued if I overserve someone, which is one of those amazing problems with our litigious society here, that I become, I can be blamed,
Right.
basically, just if I overserve someone. Here it is, it's a 52-year-old guy. He should know better. He should be able to, police himself. But I give him beyond his limit. He goes into his car and, mows down a family of 4. I'm getting blamed for it because I didn't babysit him properly. Right. So that's one of the problems going on here. The restaurant gets sued. I could actually be personally liable. I can be personally sued. Right. So there's just a whole lot of problems going on.
And if you say to somebody that you're not going to serve them anymore, they get pretty belligerent.
Oh dear God! You kidding me? I'm not even allowed to. Depending on the
dare
vicinity.
you guys? Give me another drink.
That's
No,
like
I
one of those I got to go
can't.
get my boss type situations. Depending on the if it's like a nightclub, I used to just tell people, listen, the first thing you do is you just stay away from them.
You don't know my limit.
Right, because they're just going to be, yelling, oh, can I get it? And I just pretend like I don't hear them. I kind of go to the other side of the bar.
And then they'll go, hey,
Yeah.
you, buy me a drink. This fucker won't give it.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
right,
So,
right.
that becomes another thing, too, is that now what if all of a sudden the drunk secured that drink through some other avenue? Like they get somebody to buy it for them,
They'll still drag you in.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
dangerous.
So,
It's scary.
So yeah, I'd love to know what exactly her responsibility is should there be any kind of problems going on. I mean, I'd be on her side. I think it's just complete bullshit. She's just performing a fucking concert.
Right.
You know, what different, you know, people go
You
out
don't have to play
you
along.
go to
She's not
Springsteen, you can get drunk and,
Sure.
and smash somebody. So we got a caller here?
I think so. All right, hello. Is this Allie?
This is she.
Allie,
Hey.
thanks for calling in. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, Allie. Why don't you tell us a little bit about? We've been discussing your Power Hour drinking game here. So why don't we hear it straight from the horse's mouth? What's this about?
Sure. Well, I play 60 songs that are all 1 minute long. So if you're listening to the album, every time the track changes, you drink a shot of beer. And if you're watching live, then you're doing it with me.
Right. Now, these guys just had an interesting question. Is ever the possibility that you're liable for something that happens to somebody after this concert?
Yeah, I mean, it's the unfun part of what I do, but, I'm working on insurance and, have agreements with the bars and stuff like that. But I'm constantly saying, be responsible. It's not about winning the game. Everybody wins. So, people have been cool. So I haven't had to worry about it. And I hope it stays that way because my fans are awesome and know their limits.
Okay. Now, tell us a little bit about getting banned from Michigan, which is something I wish happened to us.
You want to get kicked out of a state?
Well, we've already been threatened to be banned from the internet, so.
Yeah. We're lucky we can still Google.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan, I was in the Upper Peninsula, and they have a lot of, Bible-reading religious people there. I don't know. It seems that there was someone specifically at the university that I was trying to play around that didn't want me there, and he did his best to get me out, and it worked. He succeeded, which is a darn shame. But at least I got to go and party with the students, but no concert.
And you never found out who this person was?
Oh, no, I know, but I'm certainly not going to, announce them online.
Why not? They did it to you.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, they didn't really do anything publicly. They were actually really behind the scenes. It would have been so much nicer if they had just contacted me personally and been like, look, every time you try, I'm going to shoot you down, so why don't you just, save all that time and money?
And I mean that seems like a lot of effort, even for a fanatic, even for a religious fanatic. Did this person have any personal problems with you?
No, I mean, I don't know. Possibly, maybe he hates people that don't wear pants. I don't know.
Okay,
If you had used red wine, I think that would have been a lot better, especially if they're Catholic, because then you're just drinking the blood of Jesus. You're
perfect. Yes, communion. 50
switch
times.
it.
Yeah, the giant communion hour.
Yeah.
So Allie, how did you come up with this idea about going into these college areas and doing concerts and also incorporating beer into the mix?
Yeah, basically, Brett's asking, are you personally an alcoholic?
Yes, duh.
Okay, there we
Living
go.
the dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, alcoholics are quitters. I'm a partier. I'm not an alcoholic.
Gotcha.
Wow, that is the best justification I've ever heard.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Lord.
for sure. But, I mean, I came up with the idea. I mean, I don't necessarily go to college places. In fact, I've been shying away from it since I've had so much trouble with in Michigan. It's more of just like a concert venue kind of thing that I've been doing. And, I mean, I didn't invent the Power Hour idea. It was a drinking game before me. I just wrote my own music for it.
Yeah, so it doesn't take much creativity to think about doing 60 shots in an hour, but you did put the music to it.
Right, that's the creative aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Are the songs that you play are they all alcohol related or have nothing to do with alcohol?
They're all drinking songs. They're all basically 1 minute punchlines about drinking and crazy escapades with my friends about food, being under the influence.
Very cool. Very cool.
Were there any earlier incarnations or of this prototypes? I mean, I'm thinking, did you try it first with heroin or crystal meth and then just settle on liquor, or no?
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Sliders and milkshakes.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Sunny Delight.
It sounds like more dangerous than beer. I would.
Yeah.
Now, how many gigs a year do you do?
Well, last year I started towards the end of the year, and I did just about 15, and I was booking it myself. And now that I have a whole tour going, I'll be doing about 30 dates starting from October to November. So really cramming them in there.
Wait a minute. October to November, 30 dates.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty hairy. That's
right,
great.
Right. That's a working
There's a lot
Brett.
of powerful hours.
That's a lot. I mean, you've got to keep your body in tip-top shape to keep poisoning it again and again, right?
Detox just to retox.
Right, absolutely. I mean, so you just basically travel the country and are able to just obviously make a living. It seems like you have a hell of an internet presence too. I mean, I was looking at your Twitter account. It's just it's insane the number of followers you have. It's fantastic, though. I mean, I got to ask, at what level do advertisers start to seek you out?
About 30 dates starting from October to November. So I'm putting myself back. Weird. Yeah, I mean, people send me like T-shirts and sunglasses and stuff. I mean,
Gotcha.
if it's a cool brand, then I will want to represent them. But if it's something that I don't feel like my fans will be into, I don't want to be bothering them on their feed, kind of thing.
So are these songs? Are they? Did you get them from some of your own personal experiences? Are they based on some of your history?
Well, yeah, they're all just stories about me and my friends at college.
So then, I mean, I'm sure you asked this a lot, but I got to know what's your best, or in this case, worst drinking story that you have that you could share. Don't incriminate yourself if you've maybe run over a baby or something like that. Let's just keep to something that you could share.
I mean, like the end of Almost Famous. I hit a guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'll share one that just happened. It's not even like I embarrassed myself. I just got sick after 3 drinks the other day. It was ridiculous. I was so mad. I think the problem was that 2 of them were like really strong beers, and the other one was a flaming Dr. Pepper. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes. The problem is that you mixed, Allie. That's the problem.
I guess. I mean, amaretto, well, all right, there's 151 in there. That's probably the problem.
Yeah, 151 will do it. Yeah. I like when people, is trying to be like, I don't notice. It's just that, oh, that's right, I was guzzling Everclear. And then that's when I remember upchucking. So, there's always, a reason for it. You just got to, search.
Yeah, well, I figured it out. No more beer together.
So, wait, that's the craziest thing that happened to you is that you got sick?
Of course not, but you're recording this. My mom might listen.
Okay, well, I'll tell you the craziest thing that happened to me,
yeah,
Allie.
Please.
You've heard.
Brendan's a drunk.
Yeah, I'm a professional alcoholic. You've heard of Rutgers University in New Jersey, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so a couple of friends of mine, we used to hang out at a sorority house up there, and it was just party every weekend. So one weekend, everybody wants weed, and I'm like, I'll go find it, right? So all the houses are close together. So I just start going door to door looking for weed, and I finally come to this back alley where these guys in a pickup truck, they go, yeah, we can get it for you, and they go, show me the money, and I go, no, you show me the stuff first, and they go, no, we're not gonna give you the money unless we're not gonna give you the weed unless you show me the money. So it gets into a shouting match. They all get in their pickup truck. They back up, and now I'm shouting at them in this alley. They rev up the pickup truck, and they hit me with the car. And I was able to jump up on the hood, and I had my pocket knife.
Jumped up on the, what are you, Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, I was. Well, they were only going like 20 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even if they had hit me, it wouldn't have been anything. But I was because I had my pocket knife unfurled because I was going down that alley, and I got a little afraid to begin with. When I fell off the hood, I fell right next to the tire, and sort of just drunkenly slashed the tire, and then they backed.
That's awesome.
Now, do you have a song about that on your Power Hour? Because
I will in the next album.
Yeah,
you're a freaking champ.
All right, Allie, we got a caller if you're willing to take one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I was actually going to tweet the number if you're okay with me.
That's fine, Allie. Go ahead. Tweet the number. Hi, you're on Corrosive Radio. You're talking to Allie Spagnola. What's your question? Oh, this is bad soundboard guy. This might not go well. And he just hung up. I knew that was going to happen.
One of our repeat callers.
Yeah, that's one of our regular listeners who didn't know what to do with him because he uses soundboards to talk to people.
So
got it.
So Allie, you've conquered the country right now with this format. Where do you plan on taking this? Where do you plan on going beyond this, or just how are you going to expand?
You're asking her to grow as an artist when this is working so well, Brett?
Growing as an artist, which she's been doing. I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I'll say. She got verified on Twitter.
Where do you hope to take it?
I really see myself going from light beers to stouts. That's like the artistic direction.
Definitely. You know, eventually you'll go from ale to lager, maybe even a pilsner once in a while.
I really think
Pilsner
I'm
is a
going
lager. Allie, I make
we
beer,
go.
and it looks like you got another caller. All right, let's hope this is
right.
let's hope this is a real one. All right, you're on Corrosive Radio. What's your question for Allie Spagnola?
I want to know how drunk she is right now.
Allie, it's a fair question.
Yeah, it's true.
There's probably more booze in me than blood, but I've been worse.
Yeah, this is Megan Vortex, and I'm drunk too.
What's up, Ryan?
Hey, what's up, Allie?
Okay.
Ryan, where are you calling from, Ryan?
I'm calling from Benton Harbor, Michigan, dude.
Wow,
Wow,
very
wow.
cool.
So were you part of that crew that didn't get to see her?
Yeah, he's the one who squealed on her. That's why she can't
No,
play anymore.
actually, I met Allie at Dragon Con. She's awesome sauce.
Yeah.
Dragon
Yeah, he
Con.
was just at one of my shows in Atlanta. I played at a convention.
Wow.
Are you on a first name basis with all your fans? Because that's incredible.
No, Ryan's special.
Oh,
That's
special.
How
Don't you
special?
feel good?
I would like to be on a first name basis with everyone.
Sure.
I guess it's a kind of a lot of people on Twitter to remember, but he stands out for sure.
But you knew him as soon as you heard his voice. You knew exactly who that was. That's pretty incredible.
No, he said he was Mega Vortex. That's his Twitter name.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
Gotcha.
okay, I got you. Yeah, so you're the number one. You're the stalker, then, aren't you, Ryan?
Oh, no, not at all.
No?
I'm stalking him.
Allie knows I'm
clearly.
not a
I knew
creeper.
him.
You're not a creeper?
I think I only touched her abs a couple times when I was drunk.
Her abs?
This is true. He wouldn't do it as many
Or her
times as I
ass.
asked.
Don't you mean her beer belly?
No, her abs, ABS.
Yes, I know. I know what you said.
Oh, I thought he said ass. I'm sorry. I was
No,
gonna say, now we're getting somewhere.
I wouldn't do that.
That's why I
Too
said,
bad,
don't you
too
mean her
bad.
beer belly?
No, she doesn't have a beer belly.
Oh, okay.
That's very
You want to
cool.
claim it to the drunk. So how about you, Ryan? Are you a big drinker, obviously, or no?
Oh yeah, tearing them down tonight.
Good.
Updating my resume, updating my LinkedIn profile. Yeah, I'm getting her
Great.
done.
Those are great things to do when you're drunk. I mean, if
Yeah.
there's
And
any
also
sort of
making a
professional thing
video
to do.
for Allie to hopefully go on tour with her. So we'll see how that
Oh,
pans
that's
out.
right. Allie, you need a beer leader, don't you?
I am searching for a tour teammate. for
Okay,
sure.
and what are the qualifications for a beer leader here?
You need to give exceptional high fives.
Exceptional high fives.
Ooh,
You
I'm
have to be
out the
older
running
than
already.
21 so I can make you take shots.
Okay.
Actually, you
Shoot,
don't
I
have
give
to
high
be a
tens. Come on now.
Is this person going to be like in a costume at all?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. We should have beer costumes.
There
Absolutely.
you go. Like a big beer bottle there with just a hand.
Yeah, no, just
sticking out.
like a giant crushed can, with lopsided eyes.
Wait, an uncrushed can, and then we'll throw them out into the mosh pit,
And they
and
can
then
crush
it
'em.
gets crushed over the course of the concert.
That sounds
look at
great.
Oh yeah, then I can take it over from there. That's fun.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
So we're all doing one big fucking
So
brainstorm
it's going to be
right
like
now.
it's going to be beer can man.
Beer can man.
Absolutely.
Allie's beer can man.
And you have to build a pyramid and walk like an Egyptian.
There you go.
Oh, there
yeah.
you go. There you go.
We got a whole nother show going on here. Very, very cool. So the beer guy that you're looking for that is kind of like a mascot. Wouldn't you? Is that or just a motivator or it sounds?
A hype man. Although, I mean, I'm looking for other stuff. Like, I've had some YouTubers that have applied, which seem pretty cool, and, like, stand-up comedians. So it depends on, like, what's out there. I mean, I lost a drummer, so I'd be open to a musician, too.
Okay, so you're just looking for somebody else to add to the excitement.
All right. We thank.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
Thank, Allie, sorry. We thank Ryan for his call. You got another call. You want to take it?
Of course.
All right. Hold on. You're on Corrosive Radio with Allie Spagnola.
Larry King over here.
Okay, sir. You've got to answer. Or I got to hang up.
Hello.
Wichita, Kansas. You're on the air.
What's up, guys? Allie, will you marry me?
Yes. Can we have an open bar at the wedding?
Oh, she comes prepared.
Said yes.
That's a yes. She did say yes as long as there was one conditional.
Yeah.
All right,
was,
Allie, who is this?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Allie, is this all your friends calling in?
I don't know. Who is this? Do I know this guy?
Do you follow Allie on Twitter?
He was definitely very drunk, but we've see now the calls are lighting up, but they're too drunk to stay on the line.
We got another caller?
No, he just hung up.
Okay.
Okay,
Everybody's
well, thanks for your call.
Yeah, thank you
Allie,
for your call.
How do you
and have an A1 day.
as being such a pro at this? How do you handle blackouts? Because to me, there's nothing more frightening than realizing I first blacked out and then wondering where the damage is and how the extent of the damage, because it seems like nobody ever has any good news for me. It's always like, oh my God, you've punched my baby sister, or you smacked my dad, and all these bad things. You never hear like, oh, you don't remember what happened.
You cured cancer.
Yeah, that phrase, you don't remember what happened last night. I don't think anything good has ever followed it, right? So how do you deal with it? I mean, do you just sit there and just own up to it, or do you send it? Do you have like a form apology card that just gets sent out after any time you black out? What's your approach?
I have blackout insurance. I mean, being in this role and having this career, you just have to commit to that and, pay for coverage.
That's a good point.
I'm pretty good now.
I mean, it's sort of like if your name is like, Joe the Thief, can anyone really complain that you're stealing stuff? So basically, just by owning up that you have this image and this persona as being this, wild party, alcoholic girl, you're pretty much covered just through your occupation. Is that what you're saying?
Are you kidding me? I get excused from like grammatical problems or like giant career flubs or anything in general going wrong. I could do an entirely terrible album and they'd be like, well, she's the drunk girl, it's fine. Whereas like Miley Cyrus does something a little nutso and then everyone thinks, oh my goodness, the Disney Channel girl is going crazy.
Well, I think there's a lot of other things the drunk girl could do and get away with.
Right, yeah. I mean, what about with cops? I mean, that there's no pleasing them, right? Have you been able to, finagle your way out of a possible DUI or anything like that?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, I love cops. They're great. There's one song where I sing about like
chatting with the cops.
I'm fine, Ossifer. I've never actually had any difficult law run-ins. It's always like I'm super too friendly with cops when I get drunk. I'm a very outgoing and friendly drunk.
Right. All right, I'm going to tell you a story, but right now we got a call, and let's hope he's sober and can communicate on a coherent level.
Yes,
all right, you're on Corrosive Radio with Ali Spagnola. Okay, sir, come on. This can't be happening all the time. Goodbye. We got another call. Hello, you're on Corrosive Radio. Please talk.
Hey, it's Mega Vortex again. I'm just curious, why has not everyone gone to PowerHourAlbum.com and bought Allie's shot glass on a USB? It's crazy. Goodbye. Buy it now or die.
Well, there you go. That's a plug right there.
I like that. I think Allie should.
Mega Vortex is secretly me calling from another line.
That's okay.
My voice.
Incredible. You're a ventriloquist.
So,
this is even better.
Allie, where can people, you have a website and iTunes, whatever. Promote your stuff right now. I want to hear where we can go to.
Yeah, Brett's interested in becoming an alcoholic. Lead him down that path.
Do you like party? Yeah, my website is PowerHourAlbum.com, just like Brian just said.
PowerOutage.com.
Power Hour.
Power Outage. That's mine, I mean. Okay, PowerHour.com.
All right, let's try this one more time.
Power Hour Album.
Allie, I think you're really getting a lot of drunk callers here. All right, we're going to try one.
She's used to it.
We're trying one more time.
Shocking.
Here. All right, you're on Corrosive Radio. Go ahead. Lower your radio.
Hello?
Hi, I'm one of your fans.
What? Oh, my God. I can't deal with this. Allie, these are the kind of people you attract.
Absolutely.
What part of the country do you live in?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
He wants the exact address.
No. Sidney Crosby fan, I guess.
Yeah, and Brett just looks like a stalker, by the way.
Yeah, no, I don't stalk anybody. I don't have the energy. So are you a Pittsburgh Penguin fan?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
She's in Pittsburgh. She's got to hold it down for the home team, for the fort.
Hey,
so
I worked in Pittsburgh.
Is there a? Let me ask you, what's the craziest thing that you've done drunk?
We already went through this.
No. I mean activity-wise. Like for example, my first time skiing, my friend in college, he used this incredible rhetoric. It made such sense to me. He told me that everybody's terrible the first time they go ski. So the only way to do it is to be drunk, so that you don't have a problem with it, and it just made sense to me, probably because it was another excuse to get drunk. But so I went out there on the slopes, and at every ski lift, because this is down in North Carolina where you can do this, we would just pound, 40, or we would just have, we had, I think, a vodka bottle, and eventually we got kicked off the slopes. So, that's mine. But I want to know what has she done drunk that maybe, is either dangerous or, putting her health at risk, something that is just sort of not normally done.
My friends and I in college loved to climb statues when we were drunk.
Right, you sung about
that. But this
that.
was like middle of the day kind of stuff too. We would do it like during freshman orientation and like dress them up and, you know, climb up on them and pose with the statues and take lots of ridiculous photos.
Right. All right. We're gonna try one more. See, I'm afraid to answer this call because, all right, caller, if I say hello to you, please talk. Here we go. You're on Corrosive.
Hello there. It's great to be on.
Oh, hey.
How are you guys? It's great to talk to you, Allie. It's great to talk to you as well.
Hello. What's your name?
Well, my name is DJ, and I thought perhaps it's great you guys have a great musician on like Allie. I've seen a lot of your work online.
Wow.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, and I thought we could talk a bit about music in general. I actually, I know you've been having some problems with the callers. Hopefully I'll be able to sophisticate this discussion a bit. I've always believed that, one of the most valuable aspects of being a musician, while also engaging in lyricism, which is what you do, right? You don't write instrumental songs. Lyrics are an essential part of your music, right?
Yes, of course.
Right. I think I've always believed that one of the most important things, and you can tell me if you agree with this, is really to establish a connection with the audience. And now, would you agree with that? It's like one of the major goals of a musician.
Well, that was a huge part of why I created this concert, is because I wanted it to be interactive. I wanted people to come to a party, not just a coffee shop where I'm strumming some song they've never heard. So yes, connection's huge for me.
Right, exactly. And you specialize in songs about, like partying and drinking beer, right? Like things like that, like
yes.
things people do together and they have a great time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I've watched a lot of footage from you. One thing that really struck me is I think that the relationship is, I would say there is a give and take with your audience because they're engaged in the songs. It's not, as you said, it's not like a singer comes up and, he just sings something and everyone's just passively watching. There's a mutual synergism. There's a reciprocity involved. There's a give and take, which, for example, one of your songs, is it called Power Up? Is that the name of them? Where you recite the words, do a shot, do a shot, do a shot.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Right. And I don't know. Okay, of course, we got to get. What is the critic going to say? It's too repetitive, right? Right. Do you get stuff like that where people try to criticize your stuff? They say, like they would say, well, what's the critique going to be? It's too repetitive. But it's almost like how people when they.
All right, James Lipton, we're going to let you go, okay? I couldn't take any more of that. I'm sorry, Allie.
But he was yet another fan, and he was complimenting your lyrics.
Him. No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
he obviously knows. He probably hasn't seen you live, but he said he saw you online.
Right.
But
apparently your
okay.
lyrics touch people,
Yeah, well, I'm glad I could
Much
connect
like my
with
uncle.
him and doing shots over and over.
Well, I felt like I was on A&E inside the actor studio on that one night.
There you go.
But that was nice that he called in, DJ.
Have you ever thought about upping the ante on some of these songs and have it just not be just drinking? But perhaps like some of these guys can get out of hand. We have, we were throwing some ideas around, like for example, something like a stun gun with booze, with crank. Something like that. Because, after a while, people get tired of the same old.
Yeah, basically, do we have to limit ourselves to alcohol, Allie?
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's even one song about that where it's called Mixed Drinks 2, where I talk about doing it with coffee. Well, actually, coffee might kill you, actually. You might get relief. Don't do it with caffeine. But, yeah, you can do it with food or, I don't know, mixed drinks or wine.
Wait, no, we're talking more Schedule K here. That's it.
Yeah, no, go nuts.
Go
Change it
nuts.
up. You could do it with running. Make it running intervals. How about that?
Now, let me ask you this. Do you have any plans to actually go into non-drinking songs or, in other words?
I have three albums before this that are not drinking songs, and I've written songs since then that are not drinking songs. This is actually my only, party. Well, it's still party music, but this is my album that's actually focused on alcohol. I'm pretty sure I can't, after all this, ever write about alcohol again, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
I mean, all joking aside, you are very talented. So, I mean, are you going to try and pursue a career in music aside from this Power Hour?
I am currently pursuing a career in music, but then the Power Hour is a part of it. And I will be writing, music in the future that won't necessarily be a drinking game.
What are some of your influences that you draw upon in terms of, your music history and things like that? Are there bands you like, artists?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to alienate a lot of my fans because they're all expecting, like, Andrew WK, which I love him, respect.
Exactly.
But I love, like, top 40 hits. I listen to, like, Britney Spears and Lady Gaga.
All right.
Kesha is my friggin' hero.
Who's your hero, Cher?
Who is?
That's Kesha. I absolutely love her work.
Kesha. Well, that does make sense. I mean, she's sort
I guess
of
she's
doing
a partier.
She's a rebel. She's a rebel.
Right, and a drunk. So,
and a crack whore.
Yes, so all of the above.
All of the things that I would love to be defined as.
Yeah, aim high,
Yeah.
Eventually you'll make it to there.
Eventually make it a crack whore.
Absolutely.
Extra on Breaking Bad.
But you've carved out an amazing niche, which is
Right.
really, really cool, and that's brilliant. And are there any gigs coming up on the East Coast we're all over the country with
Yeah,
with
exactly.
the show.
We're national, so go ahead.
Are there any gigs that you want to promote?
My Freedom Victory Tour, like I said, is going to be 30 cities. So I will be probably hitting all of the places that you guys are. So let's drink together.
Beautiful,
Nice.
beautiful.
And how are people supposed to know? Do they have to catch you on Twitter or go to your
They've got
website?
Power
Yeah,
Hour
it's not
album.
announced yet. So if you go to powerhouralbum.com, you can sign up to be in the Power Hour League. And then if you're on the team, I will send you the update whenever I have all the tour dates. And
That's
you will
awesome.
be getting, all the info from me.
No, that's great. Yeah, we should go. We should go catch her when she's in the neighborhood. I think.
All right,
we'll do
Allie,
that.
you've got another caller. Hopefully
cool.
this guy's not drunk.
Hello?
Yes, you're on Corrosive Radio with Allie Spagnola.
Hi, how are you, Robin? Don't worry, I'm not drunk. I'm actually, coincidentally, I just saw her tweet, and I'm actually at a concert right now, but I wanted to step out just to kind of, ask a couple questions, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Sure.
All right, awesome. For me right now, obviously, it might be kind of a cliche question, but obviously, like a lot of people, especially in this industry, I am an aspiring producer and musician, and I just to ask you kind of more direct question. If you had to go back and do, I guess, the whole process all over again, so to speak, from when you first started out to where you are right now, what do you think you changed differently in terms of your path, in terms of things that you found were better for you, things that you found didn't work, and overall anything you do to kind of speed up the process to get to you are right now?
Oh, wow. Getting deep here with the
Wow.
the career
That's a
path.
Yeah, sounds like somebody's also trying to pick your brain for some pointers.
So, yeah, well, I put out an album that was a Power Hour before this that was just like an acoustic version that I recorded over Christmas break while I was in college. And it was just terrible. It was crappy, but I had to get something down because I wanted to start playing shows, and I was really excited about the idea. Looking back, I probably would have skipped over that and just did something to the highest quality as possible because I ended up, writing that over again later to improve it because I just cracked out something terrible at first. So I say, go for the highest quality from the beginning because you're going to end up redoing it otherwise.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that definitely makes sense, especially, looking into how you brand yourself. That was a very unique thing to make it a power hour. So obviously, it's just an entrepreneurial idea. No matter how good your music are, obviously, having a great brand definitely makes yourself get out there more. And looking at the way you did that, I think it was a very unique aspect on taking the whole scene. Especially, as you said, when you put out the album when you were in college, it's definitely a very target market that were adapted pretty quickly. If you look at someone like Justin Blau, for example, who put out Dance for Phil as an electronic producer. When he put that out, he was in college, but it was targeted towards the college scene, and everything that he produced kind of had that branding aspect that would attract a lot of college students, which made him blow up and make more years right now.
Right.
Yeah, interesting.
It was just that wasn't really a question. It was kind of like a
it was
synopsis.
more of a statement.
Yeah, that was good.
Let me ask you, Allie, how often do you get people coming up and trying to slide you a demo? I mean, it's got to be one of the annoying things about your position right now, right?
That has never happened to me.
Really?
I mean, I get tweets all the time, but nothing in person. People haven't handed me stuff. I would listen, too. I'm totally
really?
down to help other artists.
Oh, that's
funny
great.
about it.
That's great. So you're
Well,
actually down.
I think Brett has one song he might want to listen to.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm gonna email it to you. By the way, Brett over there, he has the #1 single in the country. It's called "Party All the Time." Let's celebrate.
Hey.
Thank you.
Yes, well-known fact.
Video coming out in about 2 weeks.
Exactly. Alert your local bar mitzvah.
I'll send it to you, Allie. You tell me what you think. Tell me, not Brett, because Brett will get offended. Wow, see, look at the board. It's lighting up with calls. We're not going to take any more calls for Allie, unless Allie wants them.
Well, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you guys think.
All right, here, we got another call for you then.
You're very popular.
All right, you're on Corrosive Radio with Allie Spagnola. What's your question?
Yes, I wanted to ask a question of Ollie.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, what's up?
How you doing? This is McDiesel.
Hi.
Vin Diesel?
Nice to meet you.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool.
Me too.
I wanted to know, do you really go out and take your garbage out in your underwear, or do you really put your pants on?
He's
I just tweeted about that. Okay, so yeah. If you're in Pittsburgh, don't be looking for me. Yes,
Allie, I
actually
wouldn't
have done
answer
it.
this. I think it's in your best interest not to answer this question.
Wait, I want to know.
No, I mean, I'm not a liar on Twitter. Like, I've taken my biking from the rain in my underwear. Like, as long as it's late at night, I just get so lazy, and I don't want to like get another pair out, and then they're half dirty because I wore them for 5 minutes. So yeah, I've done it before.
Wow,
There's nothing wrong with that. I do that too.
absolutely.
But nobody cares.
I am calling you from Pittsburgh, so I'm actually not watching you check out your garbage tonight. So you can rest assured.
All right. Well, I might put some pants on special for you now that all of the internet knows.
All right. Thank you, sir. Allie, I just want to know, what would I have to do if I wanted to be your beer cheerleader?
You'd have to give excellent high fives. You'd have to send me a video proving that you deserve to join, or that you will improve the show.
How hard do my high fives have to be? I mean, like PSI, like we're going to rate it?
Oh, no. It's not
how
about
hard
pain,
you
man.
high-five.
I got to use that hand to drink, so they have to be good, not like violent.
So, I mean, they have to be solid. They have to have style and finesse to them. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And what kind of money are we talking about?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, let's get down to this. Let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Competitive pay, depending upon your happens.
So is there another artist that's doing what you do that we can go to? Or, I would venture to say you have a monopoly on this.
No, I mean, another artist. There'll be other, like, if you were a comedian, that would be something to compare it to. If you're a high fiver, well, I guess you're probably not making as much as someone who was like an actor on television.
I could do that in a second.
Yeah, it's just so you know that Brett Eidman over here, he is a comedian. He's been on TV, and he's gone viral on the internet, and he's friends with Lisa Lampanelli, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Jim Gaffigan, but,
And Jim Gaffigan.
And he once walked past Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How's that?
And I met Robin Williams 30 years ago at Catch a Rising Star.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I know all the big guys.
Yeah, listen, this is a major player right here. You should take notice.
But he doesn't drink, so I don't know if that would qualify or not.
Yeah, I would think that's kind of a prerequisite.
You probably
That's
would
not
be,
actually. I'm cool with it. Then you can drive more.
That's
Really?
right.
I'll get
drive.
you take care of me.
No problem. I'll take care of you. I'll drive. I'll get you food. And you won't have to worry about me not showing up or passing out in the middle of the concert because I'm not going to be drunk.
Yeah, he's actually dependable.
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah, very
dependable. I'm very reliable.
You had to get food.
No, there you go. I'll get you food.
All right, Allie, is there any last words you want to hear before we let you go?
Nope, I think we're good. You guys, we're very thorough.
Okay.
Right.
So it's
PowerHourAlbum.com. And she can follow her. Yeah,
Twitter.
At Allie Spagnola, Spagnola. And she has a ton of followers. How did you even get so many followers, if I might ask?
That's right. We forgot to ask about that.
I'm just curious, because we actually just now have started a Twitter account. We're so old and pathetic and late to the game. But, I mean, this is incredible. Do you realize you have more followers than Dave Chappelle, Nick Swartzen, Jim Florentine, major comedians, and even other people we've had on the show? Some of the professional comedians from Conan O'Brien and Jimmy Fallon that we have on. They pale in comparison. I mean, how did you?
I don't know about Conan or Jimmy. Jeez, oh man, they're
no. The actual comedians that
have been
appear on their
that
show and have written for them. They have nothing like you have. So
well, it turns out like the internet really likes drinking and partying. Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? Did you see? Just as a quick last question, did you see that girl that apparently blew a .341? I'm sure everybody.
Yeah, and then she tweeted YOLO or whatever.
Yes, exactly. So
I should hire that girl.
You definitely should.
Yeah.
I mean, I question that. I think that's almost impossible to blow that high. But still, I mean, you want to talk about your perfect candidate. I think she's it.
Yeah, seriously, that's pretty awesome.
All right. Well, thanks again for
All
calling
right,
in.
Allie, you're welcome back anytime, and we hope to
yeah.
have you. We hope that you will come on again, and we hope that we've made a new friend.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Okay, guys. All right,
Okay.
Allie, take care.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so
Wow,
that's
a really cool guest.
Yes, see, that was a cool guest, and there were some cool callers.
Absolutely.
And
no, it's great.
You know,
gotta
we
support
sounded
her.
like a legitimate radio show tonight.
Okay, well, as opposed to bashing our guests.
Yes, exactly. Well, to be fair, she doesn't channel squirrels, so
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
she's not the dead psychic crazy
she's
squirrel lady.
She's not our normal type of guest, but every once in a while it's good to get a cool, major player out there.
What does she look like? I'm
She's
trying to,
good looking.
I'm trying
she's
to
a pretty
figure
girl.
out what she
She's
looks
not
like.
bad. Look, definitely.
Girl,
I've
maybe not
only
in
seen
5
her on
years
the-
from
I've
now,
only
but
seen
she's
her-
good looking.
I've only seen her on Twitter, and so
Yeah.
I'll see if I can bring up a picture.
When the show's over, let's see. We can watch some videos of her. Check her out.
That's the most perverted thing I've ever heard.
I know.
Why not?
It just never
We'll
sounds
turn off
good.
the lights.
It never sounds good coming from Brett. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It's just like
We'll turn off the lights and
Yeah,
we'll enjoy each other's video
circle
watching.
jerk action is basically what we're getting down to. Yeah, no doubt. So,
So what's going on for next week's show? We should push and promote.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know for next week, but I know that for Halloween show, I'm trying for Lorraine Warren.
All right, who's that?
Lorraine, did you see the movie The Conjuring?
No.
Okay, that's it. Okay, good.
join the rest of the
yeah,
club.
yeah.
No, just,
Such a cock blocker.
I know, right?
Anyway, I mean, The Conjuring. It came out. I don't know, maybe 7 months ago, but it's one of those popular horror movies based on a true story, like they all are these days.
Yeah.
And the chick from The Departed plays this woman called Lorraine Warren, who's supposedly a paranormal investigator, right? And she's a real person. So I'm trying to get the real person on
I
the show.
see. I just now got that because normally when you talk, I don't listen. So no,
Yeah.
I just now got that. So I thought you were saying it was an actor from the movie.
No,
But you're
I don't
getting
want the chick from The
Right.
Departed.
Oh, we got a call. Why don't we take and see what's going on here?
We know who this is.
Oh, I didn't know. Who is?
Let's see who it is.
Okay, hello. You're on Corrosive Radio.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm so sorry to have bored you all by trying to provide some insight into your show. I'm so sorry. Well, let me just get this out before you try to hang up on me
No,
again.
DJ,
okay?
I liked it.
But now, unfortunately, she's not on the line now where I can't talk to her. But let me just say, let me get to the chase.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
What I was trying to say, what I was trying to compliment her on,
Yes.
that I think people like her, she is the future of music.
I see.
Okay?
Yeah.
People that
I
are not
agree.
afraid to illustrate this, what I would call an inherent truth about the reciprocal relationship between the performer and the audience, which she was
Right.
talking about. If that takes precedence over content of song.
Right. No, we hear
Okay.
that, and she agreed with
This
you
is
for the
what-
record.
This is what America is about. I mean,
Yeah.
we need artists to jump at this sacrifice, this selfish idea of, creative integrity.
I agree
And
with
we need to fit people in a marketable box,
Right.
just like songs about beer or something.
Right.
We need
There's-
mavericks
Yeah.
like her who
Yes.
will devote an entire career
Right.
to the top of beverages.
Well, to be fair, she said she had 3 other albums that were non-liquor related,
Well,
non-alcohol related.
that's where she started out with, and she's transitioning out of that.
Right.
Right,
But
exactly.
she
That's
said
a
she's
smart
not going to do
move.
it again. Yeah, it seems like it's working.
No,
It's working off.
that's just talk. If she's done that, then she's not a leader of this movement.
Right, and you support her in that.
The height of musical
Creativity?
interaction comes
Yeah.
from bland subject matter.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's the only way that people can connect. Talking
Right.
about beer and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if people...
And I would love to have said this to her. But no, your show, you guys are too dumbed down, right? You're not
we
ready to lead this movement.
No,
So you
it's
hang
difficult.
up on the voices like me to try to provide that spark.
Yeah.
And
We
try to
don't
get,
want that message getting out.
You shut
No,
down
we
those
don't want that
voices.
message getting out. That's the
shut down
problem.
those voices.
I know. That's the problem, is that you're speaking such truth. You're dropping such knowledge.
And
that
DJ,
it's just,
I actually thought you made some really great points.
Yeah, cogent arguments.
I bought everything that you said. I thought it was very
Well, why don't you tell the
insightful.
guys to maybe not have such a quick trigger in silencing the most important voices that you have to your show.
See, I
To be
still
fair,
don't know
all
if this guy is
people
kidding.
throughout
Wait,
history, civil rights leaders who have
Yes.
been silenced by people.
The most important voices are the one inside my head. So let's just get that straight. Now, after that comes the voice of you, because you're really preaching. But the problem is that I don't think America's ready for your message. I mean, this is the type of thing that if we were to follow you, I mean, it might lead us into a golden age of enlightenment. And right now we're
But you know what
too
it's
concerned
about?
with it.
It's about planting seeds.
It is.
It's about planting seeds, because you know what you're saying? If you're saying don't do that, you're saying to give up. You're saying there's no hope.
I just don't think you
All
can.
I'm talking about
do
is planting the seeds so that eventually this will grow.
I don't
this
know.
idea that we can market ourselves.
It's so
and not be so creative.
This is what you need to give us a plan of attack.
Yes.
Give us a plan.
No,
of
I
attack.
don't. No, I don't. You know what I need to do? I need to be able to go on a show
Yeah.
and voice my opinion of truth.
All right, bye, DJ.
Oh, did you
Was
do that?
Oh, Jesus, Brendan!
man.
My goodness.
Oh, man.
Got Howard Stern
I was
over
just
here. This is
getting it.
exactly.
Oh,
No, that's
poor
okay.
DJ.
That's okay. Listen, the man had a he had an opinion, and to be fair, it didn't sound all that positive towards our guest. So
No,
there's that. There's that.
Well, no, I just didn't know if the guest. I didn't know. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
But it sounded good.
It did. It did. There's nothing. Listen, do you know why we love him? Oh, most of all, is because he has such a clear connection. I mean, these people. Did somebody say they were calling from a concert?
Yes.
A concert?
That's what it sounded like, yeah.
No, he actually said, he goes, I'm calling from a concert. I mean, you want to talk about the worst place to call from. And then he's asking these long, detailed questions, which, I mean, we appreciate the call.
How do I
but
get my
Jesus.
career started?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, could you help me get out of my parents' basement?
Well, the first thing you do is get to a quiet room.
Exactly. I mean, we've got...
And stop playing cover tunes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right.
Does she have people that cover her? I'd love to know. I mean, can there people... Yeah, that's actually
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, I mean, how does that go?
Save that for part 2.
Yeah, we'll say that for part
yeah.
2. I'm sure she'll come back on, or maybe she won't. I don't know.
Let's hope.
I think so. I think she liked us.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do? It's a hard. Are we sticking to the hard hour? Are we getting out of here?
I would like to watch some of her videos.
Go right ahead. Let's do it.
All right. Let's watch some of Ali Spagnolia's videos, and let's hope DJ doesn't call back.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you don't have to answer.
You don't have to answer.
I like DJ.
But it's so
I love it.
so demanding when he calls, though.
So I'd like to know.
That's because his magnetic personality
Wait, let me
just takes over.
Let me do my DJ.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
So I noticed that you like to use your vocal cords to enunciate the songs that you're trying to convey, and
That's right,
I
DJ.
think that is a very good approach to singing.
I find it to be the one that's most effective. Yeah, I have difficulty
he's
singing
great.
without my vocal cords.
I like that connection that you make with the audience.
I still can't tell whether that caller is joking or if he's for real.
Oh,
yeah,
he's great.
All right. This is her doing the Kesha cover. She's
really
she's doing drum cover only though. So look at this.
I don't need you or your brand new Benz or your bougie friends. I don't need love looking like diamonds, Get sleazy, get sleazy, get sleazy, get sleazy, get. I'ma get. I'ma get. Oh, I don't need you or your brand new Benz or your bougie friends. And I don't need love looking like diamonds, I don't need you or your brand new Benz or your bougie friends. And I don't need love looking like diamonds, You can't imagine the immensity of the fuck I'm not giving about your money, your manservant, and the mansion you live in. I don't wanna go places where all my ladies can't get in. Just grab the bottle, some boys, and let's take it back to my basement. Get sleazy, go all your lines so cheesy. Sorry, daddy, but I'm not that easy. I'm not gonna sit here while you circle jerk it and work it. I'ma take it back to where my man and my girls is.
Yeah, she's great.
Get, 'cause I'ma get.
You satisfied yet, Brett?
Yeah, let's
very talented.
I
She
think
actually
she's
is.
great.
I'ma get. I don't need you or your brand
She's a real musician.
Yeah, she's the real deal.
Yeah. No, she's obviously got the talent, and she parlayed that into something very successful.
It is.
Well,
it is.
but if she didn't have the talent, she would go nowhere. But she's great. Is there anything else you can play?
Jesus.
I think she's great.
Now you really sound like a pervert.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
I'm actually going to call the next time she comes on. I noticed.
All right, let's see.
We should have asked how old the oldest person.
Yeah, I
in the
know. Yeah,
concert is. That's great.
by the way, Brett is 50.
Yeah.
And Allie is, well, it's a mystery what she is.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, we don't know. But
I'm here to tell you why my Power Hour album, Shot Glass USB, is a thing that's awesome that you need to have. Patrick, this is a shot glass that comes with a musical drinking game inside it. Now, this is a power hour drinking game, so if you don't know what a power hour is, I'm sorry for you, and let me explain. 1, take a shot of beer every minute for an hour. 2, that's it, there's not a number 2. Now, I have an album that's based on that drinking game. It's called the Power Hour album, and there are 60 songs on it. They're all 1 minute long, and they're all about drinking. You start the album and take a shot of beer every time the song changes. And yes, I do play concerts.
Basically, right now, the whole show is for Brett, because Dan and I have tuned out.
That are live show drinking
I'm
games.
enjoying
But that's not what this video is about, so stop distracting me. So you can get the Power Hour album on a CD, or you can get the whole album contained within the shot glass. If you get it on iTunes, you start getting drunk immediately.
Just out of curiosity, since we are promoting her, I just want to know, what is the USB? It enables you to just, I guess, play it straight out of your computer, or is it also like a flash drive or something as well?
No, it looks like it's just a flash drive.
Oh, cool.
I'm not paying enough attention, though.
Oh, okay. Brett's become her number one fan.
I'm too drunk already.
Right.
No, I'm very interested because I think she's talented.
Absolutely.
She's very attractive. You know,
He sandwiches the real reason in between the two fake ones.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, exactly. Because she
great.
looks good. Exactly.
And
That's
I
the
like-
thing.
and I-
Ultimately, Brett would just be like, "Oh, she looks good."
I like
it.
people who actually figure out a way to make themselves different than the next one.
Exactly.
She's not
And
in the
let's be
bar singing
honest.
"Wasted Away Again" in Margaritaville.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, I know,
absolutely.
but everybody fucking plays
does that. No, you're absolutely right. And let's be honest, the other reason that he clearly likes her is because he's looking up to her. Because she's doing exactly what it is that you want to do, right? You want to
Somewhat.
have that kind of cult success that is able to blow
Everybody
you up.
wants that.
Sure,
we want
sure.
the show. We want the show to have a cult following.
Absolutely. So,
You know,
but
it
I mean,
makes-
she's doing. She's kind of obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if I
doing
care
something
anymore about the show.
Yeah.
How many hits does that video have?
That one's got 137,000.
Oh, see,
And
she's still not quite up to Brett Eidman territory
No,
with
but
the
that's
million.
fine.
So
Yeah,
That's-
but, I mean,
there's
but
that.
Brett, hers consistently have a couple 100,000. You have the one video.
Oh,
No, I actually got a couple.
he's got a couple that are pretty big.
Couple.
He's pretty big. I think that's where he makes most of your, your stuff. Like,
You know the funniest thing I ever saw you do
What?
was on the History Channel, where you where you slowly turn your head in that reenactment.
Did we ever post a clip of that to
I
the,
gotta-
the page?
I'm going to,
You got to
though.
post it. That was the best. That was the best.
I have to find more of this crazy shit like that. You know, like the Saturday Night Live stuff. They actually made me take it down.
Oh God!
No, it's still up there.
No, there's one where
The one where you're in the where you're in the audience with Michael Myers. That's still up there.
Right, but the Jordan one you have to search for. It's tricky.
That one I think they took down.
Right. For those listeners that don't know what we're talking about.
First black Harlem Globetrotter.
Yeah, a very famous skit SNL Brett was in. He got to meet Michael Jordan. He got to be in a skit with him. The one where he's the first black Globetrotter,
Yep.
and it's a bunch of white guys that play really fundamental.
They beat up the referee.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, they took that down. They told me I don't have the rights, and
they
which
have
is true,
they're
but I-
really, really gung ho about that. I mean, way more than other
How
people.
does that hurt them? It only helps them.
I agree.
They,
I agree.
That they want to be in a position where they can sell it, market it the way
Yeah.
they want it, and they don't want every shithead in the world putting up their stuff.
It's next to impossible to secure all of SNL stuff. I mean, like even when I go to Netflix, right? They only have 1 hour of it. They actually cut some of the stuff because I love the stuff from the 80s. That's kind of my era, the 80s, early 90s, that kind of stuff. Dana Carvey, Phil Hartman, that
That's when I was on.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. So that's the thing is that when you were with the best troupe. Let's be honest, that was the best group.
Besides the original cast.
No, they're better than the original cast. I think so.
Really?
I mean, yeah, I think
wow.
so. So I mean, but when that goes down, I'm just curious. What is it like to meet Michael Jordan? Because that's got to be a great story. I mean, just what is it like? I mean, was he a cool guy? What's the
It
deal?
was very cool.
Yeah?
And before we started to shoot,
Mm-hmm.
they were basically everybody was playing basketball.
Right.
Adam Sandler.
No kidding.
Michael Jordan.
Sure.
Who else was in it? Oh, Kevin Nealon. So everybody's just
I'm
going to
wager. I think I would know who was picked first if they were picking teams, but that goes without saying.
The tallest guy. Oh, Michael Jordan. Well, yeah. but what,
Yeah.
what was really really cool about it is like I was expecting to see a bald guy. Mm-hmm. And they actually put a wig on him.
Right.
So I'm
he had the
walking
fro,
around going,
or no,
he
had
was
hair.
like
He had
like
hair,
a really
like a little
low
one.
fro.
Right.
And so I said, "Oh shit, I didn't know he had hair." And I didn't because I'm not a big, basketball fan.
Right.
But it was tremendous. And then there was one time he threw the ball at me. It came so fast that I ducked. I didn't even catch it. So he was like laughing at me.
Really?
And I said to him, look, next time I'll be ready for it.
Right.
I threw it around his back, and then I went, I wasn't ready. But he was very cool.
Do you have
Very
caller
cool.
ID on the thing, the system here or no?
I do. What do you want to call Allie back? Is that what you say?
I would like to know her background.
No,
Yeah, I know you would like to know that, Brett.
No. I'm just saying.
There was a call that we just missed because I just saw it on the board.
Okay.
I
So you
think
could
that
see.
she has a comedy background.
Yeah, no. If you read some of her tweets, you're exactly right. She's funny. She's got a good sense of humor about herself, and she's not above being
I bet
self-deprecating.
she has- I wonder if she's
But
a Second City.
I will
person.
say this. For the record, I'm debating, and I'm not calling bullshit, but I think that she's really playing up the drunk thing. I bet you that
There's
she's not
some
drinking every
things
night.
that she says that only a drunk will understand, though.
Yeah, but she
Well,
could have
she's
she could
around
have
it.
advisor. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. She's there's no
I mean,
question she's
Dean-
around drunks, but
Dean Martin was not a drunk.
right.
No, I know that. That was all.
Foster
That was all.
Brooks,
That
I
was
don't think
all
was
an
a
act.
drunk
That was all
either.
an act for him.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's
But
the kind of thing. You
The,
know?
the thing that really made me believe that she was an actual drunk or partier, as she likes to say,
Right.
is when she says chatting with cops.
Yeah.
Because like I was telling you before the show, that's one of the things I'd love to do for adrenaline rushes was get drunk,
Right.
get in my car, and go find 2 cop cars parked, side to side, and go, "Hey guys, what's up?"
So what would have happened, though? What do you think it would have felt like afterwards if you come down and you're in jail? Because I've actually had that happen. I've been arrested drunk and then sobered up in a jail cell. And that realization
I don't
just makes
think
you feel
think about it at that moment. That's all.
Right.
That's all I can
so
tell
you're
you.
just totally in the moment. You
I'm
don't
just
ever have that.
totally in the moment. I'm like,
Wow.
it's just like this is dangerous for me.
Yeah.
I could go to jail. And it's not like I'm driving around on major roads. I just used to circle the
Only
school.
the small ones where only the small ones where
Where
those
there's kids.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I would just find where that says the slow children. I always love that sign, by the way, because I
Slow
always think slow
children
children.
playing.
Yeah, I
No.
love that one.
My favorite one was Beware, Deaf Child.
But I mean, I feel so sorry for the slow children. I mean that they wanted their own sign. So I mean,
Those poor slow children.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
All right, so what are we doing? We going? We
I think
leaving?
I think we can call it a show unless anyone else wants to call in. We
We don't need other
And,
callers.
Yeah,
and I
we
really,
don't.
and I really like the guest tonight. I really.
See,
Yeah,
I knew you would like the guest, pervert. I knew it.
Yes, number one. Yes, for Brett, she's certainly attractive, and also number
Very
2 for him,
talented.
it's the talent, and it's the fact that she made something of herself. And this kind of thing. That's important to say.
Right.
She's
not run of the mill. She's
Yeah,
not one of her.
no, that
She's just doing her own thing.
Let me
That's
just
great.
say, I can't take any more creative pop stars. I mean, isn't there? That's a true story, right? That basically NSYNC and Backstreet Boys were created by the exact
Same
same
guy.
person.
Yeah, no, that guy that went to jail.
Right.
Right.
You couldn't see that coming.
But I mean, he was like he looked like you, Brett. He was.
Yeah, thanks a lot. He was a fat bastard.
He
I
was.
remember him.
and he was just a slob.
What
Like
do you mean
it-
you
yeah,
remember
yeah.
him? You knew him?
No, I didn't know him, but I remember watching stories, and this
Right,
fat bastard was, he.
And then he also had a Ponzi scheme going where he was swindling
Right.
people out of. The Ponzi scheme was the Backstreet Boys and the NSYNC guy, and he was getting investors
Really?
involved in it, and he was showing fake returns.
Yeah. But
So
see,
it was like a Bernie Madoff.
Right, and that's something that I just can't take anymore. I can't take. It's so obvious the way that people brand themselves in terms of like this one. Like Kesha's obviously the party girl. There's the girls that are going to be the sexy girl, things like that. You always have. Then there's somebody that comes along who's just the pure vocalist.
Right.
It's like it's
Adele.
just Adele. Exactly, that's the one I was
Yeah,
thinking of.
yeah.
It's just there's no sort of. It seems like everything is just sort of constructed and
Well,
like
I mean, you can go
man-made.
back. You can go back to Elvis. He was packaged
Right,
too.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, he took. That was the thing. It was taking black music and
Let's here we go. Here's bad soundboard guy.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Yes, okay. Give us your bad soundboard. Yeah, it's really bad tonight.
Sean Payton. Somebody's listening to NFL. No.
Oh, is he just playing back our show to us?
God, we sound great. Do you know? I got to say this. Do you know how when you hear your voice, it doesn't sound like your voice to you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It always sounds like you're more of a dork.
No, but I'm the one person. Everybody says that. I'm the one person. I have the worst internal representation of my voice. When I'm talking now and I'm hearing it, I hate it. When I hear myself on the radio, I get hard. I mean, I'm like, wow, this guy is great. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I sound silky, smooth, velvety.
So you're like Buffalo Bill. I would fuck.
I would fuck. Exactly. Would you fuck
I
me?
would
I'd
fuck
fuck
me.
me. I'd fuck me hard. Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I love my voice.
And I feel like I'm not like yelling like you guys. I feel like I'm toned down compared to you guys.
You are, and you know what? You know what? The one thing I respect about you, Brett,
is the one thing
that I'm toned down.
The one thing is
the
that
one thing
you don't seem to like. If something goes wrong, right? Like Allie called like a couple minutes late tonight. And I'm firing off emails like, where are you? You know?
Yeah. Well, that's good because you're also a producer. Well, now that Larry Sandberg's gone, you're a producer.
Yeah, I'm number two. You know,
you remembered his name.
Of course.
That's great.
But, you don't. I mean, because if it's years of experience, I mean, you've been in the comedy trenches for years now,
right.
and you know how to take abuse, which is something I've still got to learn.
Yeah, I got abused this. Today I went down for another audition. I got abused.
The secret is to get abused as a child, so you're just ready for it. I mean, seriously, if you were touched...
I did. It didn't work.
Really?
It didn't work.
What happened to you today, Brett? I just got to know.
No, I went on an audition for a product for diabetes. And,
no. We've made it to that point. We've made it to... Can you... Are you supposed to say diabetes or like Wilford Brimley? Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Yeah. What happened?
So, no, I went down there.
Yeah.
And they took some pictures of me and they said, thanks a lot. So I spent 2 hours schlepping into the city in the middle of rush hour traffic and go down there, and that's it. But it's a big paying gig. For a couple of days' work, they were going to pay like $12,000, $13,000 for just a couple of days.
They didn't have you read or anything? It's not a speaking
nothing.
part?
I did nothing but show up in a skin-tight shirt on the top because they wanted to see your belly.
Sure.
And that was it. And I was there, it's funny, you're waiting to go in, and you're with a bunch of other fat fucks,
Right.
Let me ask wonder which gut they're going to pick.
First of all, and I'm not even saying that, I'm just curious, that do you worry, I hear a lot of guys talk about this, do you worry that if you were to slim down that you would lose possible parts?
There is a couple things that I didn't get because they said you're not thin enough.
Oh, really?
I mean, no, I'm sorry. I'm not heavy enough.
Yeah, you want to perk up, I imagine.
They said you're not heavy enough.
Right.
So, yeah, because I was in that category where, I was kind of heavy, like, oh, he's a heavy or fat guy. And now I'm just kind of like, a little chunky.
So which of these deals pays the most? I got to know, and I think our listeners would love to know. So you're a guy who does work, who actually is working in television and things like that. When you get a spot on a commercial, I'm not saying to name names. What do you make?
It depends if it's a national commercial,
okay.
If it's a local commercial, if it's a union commercial.
What if it's a Brett Eidman commercial? Like, what's the most you've ever made doing it?
$1,000, $1,500.
Nice. Okay. Now, do you get a check each time the commercial airs or no?
No.
Okay. So you don't get one of those deals where it's like...
No, I haven't landed one of those.
If you do that, that's like awesome, right?
Right.
That's incredible.
This one is like I wouldn't be able to do any other diabetes commercials for like 5... It was for a print ad, I mean. It was for a
really?
print ad.
Oh.
So they said they have to have exclusivity.
Exclusivity, sure.
For 5 years.
Well, that means they were willing to pay.
Right. That's why they...
That's why you schlep into New York City for that.
$250 for the fitting day, which would be tomorrow. Wow. And then they were going to pay...
Well, do you think is there
$5,000 for the shoot, and then $7,500 for when they put it out?
That's nice.
To lock you in for 5 years. But you know damn well if something else came around, I would grab it and say, and then if you have an issue, that you'd say, well, how did it damage the first thing?
Sure.
So you have to get the job first before you say, well, what if this, what if that? I didn't give a shit. It was paying a lot of money.
I wonder if there's certain things that pay. Like, do you think Cialis pays more than? I'm trying to think of the work that you can do. I gotta know. No, I'm thinking because you could be perfect. Don't you think he'd be perfect for one of those like
he'd be perfect for a Cialis commercial, like cuddling up during a thunderstorm.
Yes, exactly. No, exactly. I could see him because he's.
Do you mind if I talk to you about a reverse mortgage?
Yeah. Let's just put out a sizzle reel right now of possible things that you could have. So you can do mortgages. You can certainly do diabetes.
I have erectile dysfunction.
Right. Exactly.
I'm Brett Eidman.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they care. You're not a big enough star.
It's you going through your midlife crisis with like Harley Davidson leather jackets and a motorcycle. This is the age of knowing how to get things done.
I remember my last hard-on.
Just for men, gray. What do we think, right? I mean, that's got to be, that's a boatload of money right there. Right. You get that deal.
Yeah, it depends. Once again, if it's a national spot and it's a union spot, you can make a fortune.
What about if you're on To Catch a Predator? How much do they pay for that? Because that's the one I'm going for.
I like the guys they catch twice. Those are great.
Oh, my God.
The guys don't see the big NBC truck and parked out in front and the fucking lights and shit.
man.
And the guy's walking in with a heart on and he's not seeing anything.
I don't know if anybody saw this. There was one guy that took it upon himself to do the same thing that the Catch a Predator does, but he was just like a regular schmuck. What he does, he was pretending to be a girl and said that he would meet the girl at the playground.
Yeah.
Right. So he comes dressed as Batman.
That's great.
Oh my God!
And then when the guy shows up, he goes, "This guy's a pervert."
A famous guy did it was Shaquille O'Neal. Used to do that. He used to while he was playing in the NBA, he used to go back to his hotel, and he was like an honorary deputy, but basically he used to try and entice predators. And he would type, and he literally was responsible for, I guess, catching a couple of them and I just remember hearing about it and just how wonderful that must be to. Not only do you realize that you're not talking to like a little girl,
right.
You're talking to a 7'1" Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
It's like I think this is very pretty. I mean, can you imagine him typing around away with that deep voice?
Imagine him coming out. What were you thinking, motherfucker?
Exactly. I'm flowers and rainbow.
You ain't getting no pussy tonight.
Exactly. Oh my, you are the pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just wow.
Do you ever watch that show and actually feel a little sorry for the guys that come in?
Of course, because they're my father. So I mean, let's be honest. It's just I always feel bad for Dad. No, but
I think 1 out of 100 doesn't really know what he's getting into.
Yeah.
One out of 100 thinks just like this girl might really be 18.
That's always a problem.
I wasn't going to have sex with her. Well, you brought condoms and beer.
I've never watched the show.
She asked me for that, and I thought I'd bring it over. And
yeah, I know.
And the guy's like, he's got like one tooth.
Oh man, I've never watched it. But let me ask you, how small do they? How young? Like in other words, do they ever get like I'm 17 and you can get in trouble for that? They
have some 16? Young guys like in their 20s.
No, but I mean like the girl.
No, the girl.
Girls are always like 13.
Yeah, it's always 13.
13's not so bad.
It's always 13, but
it's really not. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they're fully developed. Mary was 13 when she had Jesus.
There you go. Exactly. And if God's able to have some sex, I think I should too. Okay, let's be honest.
It's for example, like last week they had on TV the boy who had sex with the mayor of the woman was a mayor of this small town.
I do that. Go ahead.
And the kid was 13 years old.
Yeah.
She was like in her 40s.
How'd she look?
She was looking okay.
Like doable.
But she got into trouble.
Right.
She shouldn't.
Because she shouldn't have screwed around.
But
meanwhile, the boy was pursuing her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know why she didn't turn around and go like this. He raped me.
Yeah.
And then it could have caused real mate.
Right.
Now what do you do?
He said, she said. It's one of those situations.
But she just said, I made a poor judgment. He came over, and I comforted him. I did this and I did it.
Wow.
Sucked him off, and then and then she got into trouble.
All I want to know is who ruined that for that boy.
Yeah,
who ruined it for that boy?
Of course, he bragged to his friends, and
That's
then
what she got
then
okay.
Then
the friends got jealous and they ruined it.
Right, and they put videos on YouTube, but Mrs. Robinson kind of songs.
God,
but yeah, they ruined it. I mean, I always wanted to have sex with my 5th grade teacher.
What was his name?
Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
No, but she's beautiful, and even to this day, she's an older woman, of course. But
you've kept up with her?
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me she's on her Facebook.
She's not on Facebook, but I have her email, and we've gone to dinner. But she insists that I call her.
You're starting to sound more and more like a pervert.
No, are you kidding me?
She insists that I call her by her last name, Mrs. whatever.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's even better.
Actually, Ms. now, But
she's divorced.
Very domineering.
Right. So
that's nice.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
But she never said, no, please, call me.
Yeah, no, I know. That's so funny.
And it sucks because I'm waiting for that day. Look, don't call me Ms. anything anymore. Just call me my name.
In bed, you would definitely still call her Ms. whatever or whatever you called her as a kid.
But if she said to me, call me by my first name, I certainly would.
Of course.
I mean, I'm fucking 50 years old already.
I know. That's incredible. So she's 70?
She probably is pushing 70.
And you think she still looks good?
I've seen her, yeah. She lives in the next town over.
I gotta know that.
Yeah.
I see her walking. I mean, she's not what she looked like.
Here.
You're not that way. And I just
something's really not right here.
What's not right?
Yeah, no. I want to actually ask them. So this is something, and if any callers want to call in with their own experience with this, just they can give a call at
a Mrs. Robinson experience.
What is the number again? So
201-580-3712.
Yes, please give a call because I would actually love to know this though.
Yeah.
And again, you're not that old, but I need to know because I'm actually worried about this. Do you ever not find young girls attractive, but if I look at it like, let's say, a 57-year-old woman now, chances are I'm just certainly not attracted. But will I be attracted to them at 50?
No.
Damn.
No.
Well, please.
Here's the deal.
Yeah, I want to know.
My wife is older than me.
Sure.
I still find her very attractive.
Well, yeah, that's your wife, though, so there's
the
love
school
and affection
teacher,
there. Yeah.
She's getting to a point where
70, yeah, I'd say so.
I would probably, it's kind of, I don't know. I haven't seen her in a couple of years.
Unless she's Cheryl Teagues. I mean, this is,
But when she was my teacher,
yeah.
I mean, and even after that, she was hot. I
Right.
mean, all the male teachers in the school were always
I'm
trying
sure
to.
she was the thing.
They're always coming around and hey, you need a new stapler, like shit
But
like
just
that.
in general, if you see a woman and she's, let's say, your age, or let's say she's a little old, like she's 52 or 48, somewhere in that vicinity, do you find her attractive?
Yes.
Good.
Now,
and that you wouldn't have found her attractive if she looked like she did then, like now, and you were young, right?
Yeah, but also what happens is
great.
that
Thank God.
your head
Yeah.
starts to think about, like when I see a really young girl,
Yeah.
and I think she's really hot,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking like all the bullshit you're gonna have to fucking listen to.
Of course.
All of a sudden, I get limp.
What was the old Richard Pryor line about when his daughters are bringing home, his daughter brings home these friends, and he goes, "Oh my God, these girls are so developed," and he goes, "But thank God they open their mouths because as soon as they do, I
Exactly.
go, oh yeah, they're 16."
Well,
and
I mean, that
annoying.
happens to me now with girls my age. I don't think
Really?
I don't think that comes with age.
So within what is the ideal age for you?
I don't know.
I mean,
I have no idea. I mean, I would still like someone my age,
would.
but
okay.
as soon as somebody starts talking, I'm like, I'm gone.
Okay.
I really
You couldn't put
find
up with 17-year-old or an 8, or even if it's legal. We'll say you've got a 19-year-old girlfriend. Chances are you.
these young
Oh
girls.
my God,
I
19-year-old?
I
You couldn't-
find
you
them
couldn't do it.
obnoxious.
No way.
I find it like I don't want to talk about
Duct tape her mouth, and then
homework
maybe.
assignment. I don't want to talk about what teachers you like.
Right,
I don't
right.
want to talk about what college you want. I mean, I really that kind of conversation bores the shit out of me.
And I always felt older than I actually was. So I never liked all that sort of superficial nonsense that I would hear in the high school cafeteria. But now it's just especially disgusting to me. I mean, it's
I want
just
to
like
talk to somebody who's been around for a while.
Yeah,
who has some experience under their belt, like who has like a little worldly, So if
You want some substantive conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
well, not just I just want somebody who, when they open their mouth, they have something to say, not a fucking idiot.
Right.
And,
Right.
and I think
I mean, it is most. I mean, I don't want to say sexist. It is.
No,
most,
go ahead, do it.
It is most women, though. It
There you
really
go.
is.
Come on.
It
Be
really
sexist.
is.
Own it, Brandon.
It really,
Go ahead.
yeah, no, okay, fine, I'll own it.
it's probably most men too.
It
you
is
said.
most women, though.
Really?
It is most women. I went out on a date this past Saturday.
Why am I only now first hearing about this? We should open the show with it. Go ahead. Come on.
It's because it was.
I hope she's listening because
No, she's
can
not
you at least
listening.
Can you at least date girls that'll listen to our show? At least you got to do it for that. Go ahead.
No, but everything was so retarded. Everything.
What did you guys talk about?
Nothing. That's what I'm
I
saying.
know, but define nothing. So, what do you guys talk about? You talk about TV. You talk about
it
what
was
you do
TV.
for your living.
It was like the weather. She's like, I'm like, it's getting colder this time of year, a lot early. And there was like that.
That's called fall.
Yeah, there was like that split second where there was that delayed reaction. She goes, yeah, you're right. It was like a revelation to her.
Wow.
It's like talking to the lady at the dry cleaners. Every time I go in there, she goes, "Oh, it must be Wednesday." Or
Thank you.
It's cold outside. Oh, it's hot outside.
Wait, you know what you hate? You hate small talk, though. That's what you hate.
In her defense,
And
she's
I understand
Asian,
that.
so that's probably the only things that she knows in English. Because I could tell.
Yeah, she.
It sounds like
she
that's
goes,
her the extent
she
of
goes,
her English.
Thank you, Hanger. Recycle.
She knows.
Yeah, that's
She
definitely
knows the
Asian.
important stuff. Bathroom.
No, but I just like people who are smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot. I have a very low tolerance.
You want to be
for
challenged.
stupidity.
That's basically what you.
For
Wait a
stupidity,
second.
I can't fucking take it.
You're talking though for relationships. Now, what if I were to switch it to just sexual encounters, like a one-night sexual encounter? You could stomach an noxious 19-year-old that's like ridiculous.
I guess so. They would be good to bang one.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd have to be really drunk to do it.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes,
Really?
yeah, I would.
Really?
I
Why?
would.
Because would you feel bad that you're doing something that's against your
Well, not only would I
principles?
feel bad, but like there's no way you're going to get her to be completely silent.
And by the way,
I wouldn't want her. I'd like her to moan.
No.
Young
And by
girls
the way, I
moaning's
always
okay.
think of like banging a young girl.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like being introduced to her parents, and I'm older than him.
Yeah, that's
kind of hot.
Yeah,
that's kind of hot. See, for me,
and
I
you're
kind
the
of like
parents'
that.
age.
Yeah, I kind of like that though. For the record, I was like, I enjoy
What
that.
year did you graduate high school? Oh,
It's like-
1992. How about you? 81.
Oh my God, we've got to set that up. That would be
And-
fantastic.
Oh my God.
Just as an ultimate, they don't do that. They could hire you from like April Fools
wait
and
a
just bring them home to
Oh,
their
as
parents
a prank.
Wait
Oh
a
my
minute. Wait
God. That's funny.
Wait a minute.
What's
Brett,
that?
Brett, are you willing to go out on a date with a young girl? A real date, and like not like she's not in on the joke. Only we are, and it happens on a Wednesday night,
Oh, my
live
God.
on this show.
Oh, that would be fantastic. I love where this is going.
And then you go home and you meet the parents.
Oh my God,
You gotta have a
that'd be
video
great.
camera there.
Oh, well, I'll bring mine. I've got
Just
I've
a
got-
microphone. That's all.
No, that would be fantastic. Are you speaking of the girl that you met that you were on a date with this Saturday?
No, I mean she's my age, so no, she.
By the way, that's a new
Well, do you
reality.
have one in mind?
That's a new reality show. Inappropriate dates.
Oh, that would be great.
I'm almost positive I can make it happen.
That's funny.
No kidding.
I'm almost
wow.
positive that I can make that happen.
We got to get
Your,
that. To
your
happen.
daughter acts very mature for her age.
That'd be fantastic.
And
No,
that's-
for real.
And it's
Just
just
really
this live,
creepy.
The whole show would just be this live awkward date.
Oh my God! No, that for real. That sounds like something that we should definitely do. We can
I,
set that up.
I plan on going to graduate school, and then shut the
Fuck up, bitch.
Oh, and if you mistreat her in front of her parents, that's just gold right there. I mean, that's just fantastic.
Look, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, she's a wonderful girl. I just wanted to bang her. I don't want to listen to her bullshit. I'll wear her rubber. I'll bring her back
Yeah.
later.
And then at the end, you go, "Hi, I'm Brett Eidman, and I was on Saturday Night Live, and listen to my
It
set."
would work. Do you know what? There's guys that do that, and if you're
Candid camera.
yeah, we could do. I mean, it's no worse than any of the other shit that goes on there. I mean, those dopey punk shows. That's way better.
That's what it's called. I banged your daughter.
Oh my God. It's the new guess who's coming to dinner type deal. It's just like, this is fantastic. No, I love that idea. I think we should totally make that happen.
Honey, he banged our daughter.
And Brett, though you have to wear the DJB outfit the whole time.
Oh yeah, I know. So that, and then that would be great.
You know what
too.
that DJB outfit looks like? Mean Gene, the dancing machine on the Gong Show. Remember him?
We're talking about a dated reference.
well,
my
because
Lord.
I'm fucking old.
I know, and I love that about you. But it's just great that it's just like everything is like.
Yeah.
Everything's like way outdated. But before we get too off track, I want to just ask Brendan something. So I'm not letting you get off that easy about
I'm going
the
to go
date.
get a soda. I'll be right
You
back.
go right ahead. Here,
Go ahead.
you want one of the? Here, I got. You want a
No,
Coke?
no, I can't drink this. Sugar in it.
Oh, your diabetes commercial. you don't want that.
Yeah, he's really getting into the
his
role.
character.
Yeah.
He's Daniel Day fucking Lewis here with his method acting. He's like, no, I have diabetes. Damn it. Yeah, just chop off your foot like it had it amputated from diabetes. Let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
How did the date go? Because I can't, for listeners, I can't imagine going out with Brendan. Not, I just really
I don't
can't.
think anybody else can either.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't imagine you because I know that you don't. Not only don't you suffer fools gladly, you are so opinionated and angry and acerbic and so open.
But in one
Did you tell her to fuck off at any point of the evening? Because it wouldn't
no,
surprise
but
me. No?
okay. In one regard, it was good because whatever I said, she agreed with. She go, "Oh my God, it's crazy."
Really?
It was like there was no resistance to anything I said.
Yeah, that comes later in the relationship. Just for the record, all of a sudden, after a few weeks,
No. But I've had I've had dates where women are they're strong-willed and I like it, and they're
Right.
like, well, that doesn't, they're opinionated and and there's something attractive about that,
Right.
But this one was just like,
wow, nothing going on.
nothing going on, nothing.
Is this
going
thing on?
Nothing.
Where'd I lose you, folks?
I'm like, so what do you do? She's like, well, I work and I go to the gym. I work and I go to the gym.
Hey,
I work
that's
and
not
go to the
bad.
gym. I work and I go to the gym. But and then it was, then she started asking me a question, and I started answering, and then she was just texting. You know, I'm like, you just fucking asked me a question, bitch. You know?
Wow, that actually is. But let me ask you. At least I hope you said that. But no, let me ask you this: what? How does she look?
Not as good as her pictures looked. Put it that way.
Does she look like she went to the gym as much as she's saying?
No
Okay.
way. And you know, and that's the thing. Like, they always look good in their pictures.
What pictures are you seeing? Were you just like from an online site?
Oh, how else am I going to do this? I can't go out and talk to people. I get thrown out of every bar.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very true. Wow. I mean, I'm glad that you're getting out there and trying. But I mean, like, I'm just curious to see. So, was there even like a good night peck or anything like that, or no? You shouldn't have to remember that hard.
No, but no, there wasn't. There wasn't.
What do you shake hands at the end? How does
there
it
wasn't
do?
anything, and basically at the end of the night,
you've already decided.
Yeah, I was already. You know, and probably she was decided too. You know, it was probably very mutual.
Really? Wow.
But it was like, yeah, you know what? I just sold my house and now I'm staying with a friend. Therefore, you can't come over. You know.
Dr. Neil Warren from eHarmony.
Exactly.
Like, I want him to show up on your date when it's going horribly wrong and be like, you know, just for the record, this doesn't usually happen. You know, that kind of thing. You know, I just love to see that work play itself out.
The part that pissed me off was she cleaned me out for over $200.
What the fuck?
What? I just heard $200. She cleans you out. Is this on one date?
Are you kidding me?
Okay, no, here's
you out. You let that happen.
No, I let it happen because here's what happened. Because you know what? Because women are always very sensitive to the online dating thing, and I always say, how
did you meet her again?
Online dating.
It's
online dating.
Okay.
And I always say, you pick the place, make sure it's public, just that way they feel comfortable. You know,
like Motel 6.
Whatever they pick.
Yeah,
if they pick
yeah.
Motel 6, I'll show
Right.
up. You know. So she picked this place, and it was like this. It wasn't a really shishi restaurant, but it was like sort of in between.
Yeah.
Right. So and I get there, and I read. I always read everything on Yelp before I do it. You know.
You're so opinionated, but go ahead. I like it. No, it's good. You research. You're basically doing some serious research. For
Right.
yourself.
And so I'm like, and then where's this bitch taking me?
Right.
4 stars.
Right.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
And we got a caller. Let's see what's.
Oh my God, we're still on the air.
We're still on the air. Hello, you're on Corrosive Radio. We're still on the air. Yes, go ahead, sir. Yes.
Oh, I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do. I was just told to call this number.
Who told you to call this number? We're on a radio show, sir. What do you have to have to add?
By all means.
Some person that follows me on Twitter just told me.
Oh, that would probably be Ali Spagnola.
Yeah, Ali
she said
Spagnola.
something about the
You missed the interview, sir. We're talking about online dating right now, though. Do you have anything to add on that?
It's risky, I guess. I mean, there's like this show on MTV that talks about online relationships.
catfish. Yeah.
Have you had any
documentary.
experiences on online dating?
I think the closest thing I've had would be like on this one website where you meet random people, and sometimes you develop friendships. But for me, it's never really escalated to anything more than that.
Has anything in your life ever escalated?
Oh well, if you want to be specific, yeah.
Let's go. Where are you calling from?
From the San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh,
No
very
kidding.
cool. Very cool.
Okay, there you go. So you don't have what is your preferred dating method? Or if you're not online, do you just go out to bars? You go out to clubs? What's the move?
Honestly, like I think the best way to date someone or like to get to know like someone of the opposite gender is to just let it happen spontaneously. I think if you go in on like for the purpose of trying to date someone, it's kind of rushed and the spark is kind of artificial in my opinion.
Yeah, but if you've seen the way some of us look, that's just not going to happen. So,
Right.
we're going to have to be a little bit forceful in our approach. I mean, I'm not
Now-
condoning rape, but,
If Ali Spagnola was here, what would you ask her?
Oh, if what? Who?
Ali. You're
the person that called, the person that told you to call.
I think the original reason you were calling in was to talk to Ali Spagnola. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was going to thank her for following me on Twitter because it was really random.
That's great. You're going to thank her. She follows, for the record, she follows a lot of people. I don't know
Except
how special
not
you
us.
should be. I don't know how special you should feel when
Probably not special. It's just,
It's pretty cool because she's a very talented performer.
Yeah, I understand it. That's smart. That's cool. Let me ask you that. I mean, she follows 483,000 people, but that's cool. That's one of those is you, and one of those is not us. So there you go.
Right.
So you've got that on us. Let me ask you though.
How do you know her?
Yeah. Well, obviously through Twitter. But let me ask you, what's your Twitter handle? Or do you not want to give that out?
Your Twitter name?
Yeah, the name, your Twitter name.
My Twitter name is Nomad underscore Navi.
All right, underscore. Let's take a look here because we'll give you some free publicity.
Yeah,
here.
let's check out.
We're nationwide. Actually, we're worldwide if you think about it.
Remember, we had the Chinese slaves calling in last week.
That's true. We even reached China for God's sake. So yeah, let's see.
All right, hold on. Let's see. Nomad underscore what?
Navi.
All right, hold on.
We're gonna friend request whatever tweet request. What the hell are you?
How many followers do you have?
I only have like 167.
Hey, we just started a couple weeks ago, so
it's better than us.
We're just starting out to this.
Wow, 30 followers. Well, we got 5 more followers today. That's pretty cool. We're gonna follow all of them. All right, so hold on. We're gonna search for Nomad.
Underscore
what?
Navi.
Spell it.
Navi.
All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. Wow, that's what you look like.
It's pretty scary. You're a scary looking dude.
Yeah, you're a scary looking dude, bro.
I'm glad you're on the West Coast.
I almost 15, yeah.
Making music and stuff. SoundCloud. Well, so do you have any music you could play for us?
Yeah, I just actually released my bootleg remix of Nick's new single, Hold On, for Going Home.
I didn't understand a word you
He's
just
talking
said.
about he's got a new remix for the new song from Drake, Hold On, We're Going Home.
Oh, okay. It's right there on the Twitter account.
Oh, so we can play it?
Yeah, come on, let's play some of his
hold
stuff.
on, let's
get down, man.
Let's play some of his stuff here. We're going to play some for you.
Let's drop that groove, man. Yeah.
Show high love and emotion endlessly. I can't get over you. You left your mark on me. I won't show high love and emotion endlessly. I got my eyes on you.
All right, man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You know what I could do to that song there? You know what I could do to that song, Nomad? I could fuck some whores. I could bang some whores to that. That's that beat would be my nutsack. Banging against their ass. That's the beat, So that's not bad.
I liked it, man. It was good stuff.
It's good.
I wonder what DJ thinks of that song.
Yeah. I think he likes the lyricism on it.
James Lipton.
Yeah, the James Lipton. Nomad, we're going to play you a song by one of the guys here in the studio. His name is Brett Iman.
We need you to critique it. We need you to critique it.
Yeah, critique this guy.
We're gonna play the whole song. It's 3 minutes. You willing to listen to it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
And wait, give him an honest critique.
An honest critique.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Don't spare his feelings just because he's a sad old man.
Yeah, just because he's diabetic. All right, don't worry about it.
Drop that groove, man. Drop it, man.
Here we go.
Let's drop it.
Party all the time, let's celebrate. 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 Forget about work, it's time to play. It doesn't matter if it's night or day. Time for champagne, work that corkscrew. Tell the whole world just to party with you. Party all the time, let's celebrate. 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 Tell your mom, tell your father, tell your sister, and your brother. Tell your aunt and your uncle too. Tell the whole world just to party with you. Come on. Party all the time, let's celebrate. 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 Party in India and in China. Party in Japan and Big Russia. Party in the UK and the USA too. Tell the whole world just to party with you. Break it down. Party more, less war. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's count it out now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Party all the time, let's celebrate. 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 Come on.
Oh man, I'm exhausted. I was just dancing.
Yeah.
Almost cracked my neck.
All right, so Navi, what'd you think?
I mean, it was interesting. Sounded like something I would be listening to, like if I was still in the 90s. Like it reminds me of that kind of hype music.
Right. He's going for that jock jam type market.
Yeah,
you know?
like if someone scores a goal or gets a touchdown or a home run.
Right. Now, Navi, just see if you could quantify. How many times did you vomit in your mouth? You know, like
How many times did I vomit?
Yeah, in your mouth.
By listening to that song.
3-minute song.
Surprisingly, not as much as I thought I would.
See that? Well, there you go, DJB.
Yeah.
This guy's got a few. Listen, I mean, you know, it's not every day that a 50-year-old Jewish guy gets into, you know, club music, but when it happens, it could just be one of those things like Dylan going electric. You know,
Yeah.
it just
Just
it's
like
meant to
that.
be.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Yeah.
You need to do it.
Yeah.
All right,
So
not.
what-
Yeah,
What,
you
let me
got
ask
questions?
Yeah, I want to know. Do you perform anywhere around San Francisco area?
Well, I mean, I haven't really done much performing over here. I mean, I've
I just want to know, are you high right now?
Let's
He sounds like DJ's brother.
That's the stigma for the Bay Area, huh? As if we're
No, it's the slow talking. It's like there's at least 2 seconds between every word.
Well, he's
it's got travel
Nah,
to San Francisco.
I'm just
He's
caught up
3
in
hours
this moment of
behind
how
us.
spontaneous this call was.
Well, you're 3
Yeah,
hours
it's
behind
funny
us.
that, you know, we had that happen. Oh, look, we're followed. So there
Yeah,
you go.
we're followed.
He followed. So
Thank
there
you,
go.
Navi. Thank you
Well,
for
this is
following
good.
us.
Spread the word. You know, we love a West Coast correspondent, West Coast contingent. Do you go clubbing a lot or no?
Every now and then, I mean, most of the time, just chilling and putting my own stuff out there.
What about
to
what?
listen to.
Do you roll? Do you roll ever? You know, ecstasy or what?
Nah, that stuff ain't for me.
No. What about weed? It's got to be something.
I plead the fifth.
Oh, that's a yes.
He's high right now. This is-
absolutely.
What do you do?
He's
for
growing it in his closet.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a student.
You're a what?
I'm a student.
Oh, you're a student.
There you
Okay,
go.
So you're not making any money right now.
Absolutely. That's the move. Just stay.
So
just
did,
stay a
uh,
student.
did
Stay a student like my brother.
Did Allie ever come to your area to perform?
Honestly, I had no idea who she was until she said her phone on Twitter, and I thought,
Oh, okay, well, she's
why
very-
not?
Well, there
very
you go.
talented.
Why
Give it a
not
try.
do it?
Look up her stuff. It's all party music. It's all drinking stuff, you know, or at least her latest album. So check it out.
All right, I
Allie
will.
Spagnola.
All right, and you know what, Navi, we really thank you for your criticism for party all the time. Let's celebrate. Spread the word.
Yes,
all right?
please.
I will.
And
Thanks
we're
for
going to bring it
calling.
back. It's retro. You know how everything comes back, you know, like 80s, 70s was cool in the 90s, 80s are cool in 2000s. Now, 90s are coming back, dude. That's the thing. It's all coming back.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. I definitely see it's apparent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
That's great.
And it's
All
very
right.
apparent that you've pleaded the fifth and you're high right now. All right, we're gonna let you we're gonna let you go, Navi. All right.
All right, man. Good
All right,
talking to you.
Take care.
Keep listening. Keep listening every Wednesday.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, I think we should get out of here by now.
I think they got to get the paddles out for him.
Yeah. All right, you guys want to continue? We're gonna go.
I just want to finish up about your date because it was just getting
What
interesting.
about my date?
You were just going on about what actually had happened, and we were talking about how she looked different.
Oh, she
hit
cleaned
you up for $200. I want to get that.
Yeah, no, she took me to this restaurant that was like I researched it on Yelp. It said casual intimate, so I felt okay. Hula hands. That's what.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. How do you spell Fridays? Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. She seems pretty cool, but it wasn't that at all. I mean, it was very like, you got in, and somebody, and like literally a white girl went to me like this. She bowed like Chinese. You're like, hi.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah. Exactly. Because at least the Chinamans, you don't have to tip as well.
Right.
But the white girl's gonna know, like,
And
bitch, that's 15%.
It had the rice paper on the bar. You know,
Was it sushi or something?
No, it wasn't. But like, it was trying to be that trendy,
fusion, like
multicultural
Asian fusion. Oh, I
fusion.
hate that. I
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
I know.
And
it's horrible.
And the
pick a culture and stick with it.
And
Stop
the menu was very limited, and there was nothing that was under $30 on the menu.
Oh my God! Yeah, listen. Let me just give you a quick little thing.
Maybe she just wanted to eat.
Hold
and
on,
be
we got
done
one.
with it.
No, this is bad soundboard
Just
guy.
see. Are you sure it's him?
It's bad soundboard guy. All right, bad soundboard guy, go ahead.
Hey there.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, wow, we're really talking this time, Mike Flynn. How you doing?
My name is Patrick.
You what?
My name is Patrick.
Patrick.
What's up?
I'm giving props to Brett Eidman.
Props to Brett Eidman.
Props to Brett Eidman.
Patrick Rabel again.
Brett,
He's
your
called.
your
he's called
fan
in-
is on the phone.
He's called in before. Patrick, how are you, baby?
I have. I'm great.
Good,
Wow.
man. What's
Is it Brett?
Yeah, can you take the auto tune off, Patrick?
I'm
Can I take the order tune off?
Oh, okay, obviously it's just a bad connection.
Either that or he's trying to hide his voice.
Yeah, Patrick, how you been? All right, everything going good?
Yeah, everything is good. I just want to let you know I've been listening all night.
Oh my God, you've been listening all night.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
That wasn't too
I had,
bad, right?
I had to download Google Chrome just so I could hear the radio station.
Oh, cool.
Hey, that's
great.
all right.
That's
Google
great.
Chrome, that's good. We're glad you took the initiative.
What's new in the comedy career?
I don't have a career.
Yeah, join the club.
So wait, Brett,
But,
do you know this person?
I do have a comment on the online meeting.
Okay, go ahead,
Online
Patrick.
CD, yeah. Go ahead, plug it.
But especially for young people, I think that they should just date homeless people.
Date homeless people.
Date homeless people.
Just date a homeless person, and when the date is over, it doesn't matter where you leave her.
But All right.
Yeah. But what about the STDs?
What about them?
They're there.
He's got them.
They could wear a condom. They probably got them already anyway.
Yeah, there's no question. But the only problem is that I'm not too attracted to homeless girls. Because really, if a girl's attractive, she's going to have a home. There's really no... When was the last time you ever saw a girl super hot that lived on the street? This is just not going to happen.
Well, there are some jungle
That's
girls.
why you pick her up. That's why you pick her up at night.
Yes, definitely. You
After the sun goes down.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everybody looks better at night.
So, where do you perform? You perform on the same circuit as Brett?
We cross ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually hosting a show tomorrow night at the Hideaway in Central Valley.
Wait a minute. When did that happen? They've been canceling those shows like crazy.
And Ryan's taking over.
Oh,
God,
okay.
Ryan.
He asked me to host for kind of like the back where it all started kind of a show.
I feel like I'm talking to Max Headroom right now.
Yeah. I remember that. That's good, yeah.
That's very good.
Let's drop an
You call me old.
87 reference. Yeah, all right.
Patrick, I had no idea. Was there ever an invite that went out on Facebook for this show?
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't even see it. Oh,
you put that you may be coming.
Oh, I did? Wow.
Yeah.
I must be losing it. He said I put on Facebook that I may be coming to the show tomorrow night. I'm not going to be there, but...
My God. Sir, how does that make you feel when Brett Eidman turns you down? I really need to know that, Brett Eidman has somewhere better to be. He's doing a radio show now that's going out to about 4 people. So, let's be honest.
Well, But
we'll definitely miss you.
well, thank you. I definitely will connect with you soon.
Hold on, wait,
one of these shows.
Patrick. Do you know what I really want you to do in the voice that you're doing it in right now? I want you to do some. I want you to do some of your material right now.
That's a good idea.
Jeez.
I'm not doing any special voice.
Oh, he says he's not. Yeah. Okay. Well, can you just do your material then? Give us some of like your open, some of your top stuff. Give us, your sizzle reel, if you will.
I think I did already with the Homer show.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was good. Yeah, that was good. You've called the show before, haven't you?
Yeah. You did.
Yeah, that's right.
So are you bad?
When you first started.
Yeah.
Are you bad soundboard guy?
No.
Oh, so bad soundboard guy has because I always identify bad soundboard guy by unknown number.
Oh, okay.
Brandon, we're a major radio show. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of people with unknown numbers.
Right.
Come on.
I got you.
Really, it's gonna sound incredibly pathetic when we know every listener by their first name. Like, oh, Mike's calling. There you go.
So, Patrick, after tomorrow's show, what else do you have? I have like nothing when it comes to stand-up stuff, like booked at all. This is like a real dry spell. I have improv shows.
Thanks, Pete DiLorenzo.
I was going to go the same direction.
I'm hosting again at Reds in Carlstadt, New Jersey.
Oh, okay. That's cool. When is
Carlstadt,
that?
New Jersey, huh?
Yep.
What night is that?
That's October 1st.
October 1st, huh? The first day in October. Everybody's got to go out, say hello to Patrick over in Carlstadt.
October 4th.
October 4th. Sorry, October
4th. At Reds in Carlstadt, New Jersey.
Nice.
Who else is on the bill?
Eric Davis.
Okay. The Eric Davis?
Eric Davis.
Whoa.
Garrett, I think he said.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Aaron Davis.
Yeah. My God.
Who else is on it?
You're putting me on the spot here.
I'm sorry.
Brennan's brother is doing that show.
I'm sure.
My brain damaged brother will be out there.
I'm hosting. I just don't know who I'm hosting for.
That's okay.
All right. That's all right. Well, listen, thanks again for your call. Everyone's got to go see it.
I have John Wendell's going to be there.
Oh, good. John Wendell's very funny.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
Yep.
Sure.
Steve Reichenberg.
Steve. God, that's going back.
I love Steve.
Is that the guy? That's the guy who does the podcast?
Yeah.
Brett, everybody does a podcast.
That's
like really.
Yeah.
My mom does a podcast.
That's the guy. He wears. This guy goes up on stage and he wears like, what do they call that? The Irish people wear the kilt.
Kilt. Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah, Scottish. He wears a kilt.
That's his gag.
Yeah. What is up with that?
Yeah, he should
Patrick,
go up in a Chinese face.
Hopefully nothing.
I mean, that sounds like a Seinfeld. What is up with that?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like I just it's really bizarre. But anyway.
Who are all these people with their kilts? That's great.
He wears a kilt. He wears a kilt.
Scott Sanders and Hitler McGee.
Okay. Scott
McGee.
Sanders
and
is
Hitler McGee?
I don't know how you guys are understanding anything this guy is saying.
No, but please tell me, was the name Hitler McGee? Because, all right, from now on, my name is Hitler McGee. I've decided it. That is the name that I'm going for. That is my pseudonym. I'm dead serious.
That's your stage and porn name.
That's the greatest name ever. Hitler McGee. I love that. Oh, my God. Hitler McGee. That's me. All right. Yeah, Hitler McGee.
I think we all got to get out of here. We're about an hour over.
One other thing, though. I need to know. I got to just tell you something. You can't be going out to 200. You just got to say, we're going to meet for coffee somewhere.
Oh, Patrick's still on the phone, though.
Well, Patrick will agree with me.
Patrick, what do you think about online dating?
I'll go for coffee.
Right.
No, we're not asking you to go for coffee. Don't worry.
Now, here's the issue. Here's the issue, Patrick, is that, so many women are leery about meeting guys online, so I always leave it to them to choose the place so that they feel more comfortable. Now, but this time was the first time that I got burned because she chose, like, the fucking most expensive place she could think of. Thank you, Patrick. You're a mountain of insight.
Patrick, are you on Twitter? Are you on Twitter, Patrick?
I don't want to interrupt.
Sure, no problem. You're not on Twitter?
No.
You ought to do that. You ought to just get on Twitter, man. It's gonna, working comedian. You got to spread the word. Get some of your material out there. But we do thank you for your call. We're gonna, plug that date for you. And everybody that's listening, and there are many, there are throngs of people that are gonna, hopefully go out and show Patrick some support. October 4th. Karlstad, Reds in Karlstad.
Reds of Karlstad. I've
Well,
actually
hopefully all four of your listeners will be there.
that would be-
Absolutely.
I've worked that room before, and actually, the last time I worked there, Patrick, were you the host that night, or?
Oh, I was. I
Patrick
played
just
the drum.
Oh, you were one of the acts, right? Were you the host that night?
He lives out back.
No.
Oh, okay. We had a good time. I know that your brother was there, and you had family members there.
Oh yeah.
That was a good time.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
But all right, man, Patrick, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
All right, Patrick, thank you very much.
See you
Good
soon.
night.
That's good.
And
Have a good night.
You
all
too.
right, thank you.
Take care.
And we're going to leave everybody with the Ali Spagnola Power Hour song.
Spagnola.
Yeah, whatever her name is.
Oh, come on.
Right.
There you go. We got to get it right. But then again, she's got to be used to that because if she's dealing with her major segment is going to be drunk people, what do we got?
Well, exactly.
You know?
I mean, that's why I can't
You know,
remember
it's
who
amazing
she is.
you've even got the.
I don't remember. Who did we talk to earlier? It doesn't All right. Good night, everybody.
1, 2, 3, let's go. Do a shot, 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 do a shot.